Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Hey, Topher. Hey, Obsidian. Topher knows what's up. 1 for yes, 2 for no, as per usual. Can you all hear me okay? Sweet, sweet. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. As always, we're gonna just wait a couple of minutes for everyone to come in, and then once number of members evens out, I'll get started. Our dear server admin Mike will join us as well in a few minutes, and then we are all ready to get started. I have some very cool news, very exciting news today. Some new things to show off, and some very strong progress. Zero hope. Boring. Hey, listen, it has not started yet. How is it going, everyone? 33 people already. Ooh. Got a good feeling about this today. Arne was pretty fun. Looking forward to your future work. Thank you. Hell yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jay. Killer Beats, you can't hear. Everyone, can you post 1 in chat if you can hear me, and 2 if you can't hear me? I guess if you can't hear me, why would you say 2? Gosh, I maybe have to come up with a new technique. Let me see. Killer Beats, I believe there may be a mic issue. Let me see. Yeah, thank you, Tofa. Yeah, I should probably text this. Sounds perfect. Okay. You're just a bit quiet. Really? Let me see. What does everyone think? Am I a bit too quiet? Is this okay? I can talk a bit louder as well, but I'm not sure. Killer Beats, no? Can't hear you. I'm not sure, Killer Beats. It seems like everyone can hear me. You might need to check your output, your speakers.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. What's up, Mike?
My headset wasn't turning on for some reason. Hello, people.
Yeah, lots of people turning up already. It's good to see. What button? Don't see it. Killer Beats, I believe you have to on the bottom left on
So
Discord, you have to right click and set your output device. Or on your computer, depending on what the issue is.
yeah, so there should be a little cog. If you're on mobile, I'll put up my mobile and have a look for you quick.
Oh yeah, mobile might be different.
Mobile is horrible. They need to completely scrap the mobile app and start again. It's one of the worst designed mobile apps ever. You can barely moderate from mobile as well.
Oh yeah,
So
sebs said something as well. If you can't hear, if Mike or I am ever too loud or too quiet, you can right click on a profile picture, and then there should be like a volume slider where you can turn us up or down.
all right, yeah. So on mobile, you click your name at the bottom, like where it has your profile picture. You click that, and then it'll pull up your profile, and then in the top right there'll be a cog. Click that, go in there. If you scroll down, there should be a setting which says voice. You can check in there. Should have all like your output and stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's the output. How is everybody's Friday going? That goes to Michael and everybody in chat.
Yes, all
How's
good,
everybody's
all
Friday?
good.
Yeah.
Been a productive week. How about you?
Hell yeah. I'd say productive. Yeah, I'd say productive. I found some dude in my local area, and I'm 3D modeling a load of stuff for him to 3D print for me. So
Oh hell yeah,
that's gonna
sweet.
be pretty cool. Yeah.
I was debating for the entire last year whether I should get
Gonna
a
get a
3D
mine in.
printer, but I think it's just too much.
I'm gonna get like a rollerblade on a little like stand or something propped up.
Ooh, I mean, if you remember, with my last game, I built a Lego figure. I
Yeah, yeah,
might
yeah,
have
yeah.
to come up with a custom blade setup for
Um,
Legos.
I don't know if this is the same for anybody in the audience. Maybe everybody confirm if it is, but your stream is failing to start for me. I think that might. I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
That might be for everybody. Oh, it's working for you guys, or is that
Oh
just
yeah,
me?
yeah. If you can
I
see
just
it,
wanted
let
to
me
double
know
check.
if there's an
All
issue.
right, if that's just me, give me a second.
Oh, that's a skill issue, Mike.
It's not a skill issue.
Damn, what did I see? Zero Hope, you got a bamboo lab. Yeah, dude, that is one that I looked at as well. I know nothing about 3D printing and everything about 3D modeling, but I still think that that is not enough to know. I feel like I should know more about 3D printing because it's. I also have my studio room here. I don't think it would be healthy for me to print and work in the same room. I don't really have a separate room I could put it in, which I think is really the problem.
All right, so Eric can't see the stream either, so maybe that's a UK problem at the minute. Anybody else in the UK here having
Hmm.
the same problem? Yeah,
What I
Lucid. There
can
we
do
go.
just to be
It'd be
sure,
data
let me.
center. I'm pretty sure it'd be a data center.
I'm just gonna restart the stream.
Yeah, there we go. I'm good. I'm good.
Sweet.
I'm in. I'm in. Yeah, cool, cool.
Oh, 40 members.
Yeah,
It's still
it was
growing. All
definitely
right.
a UK server.
Hmm. Well, hello everyone who's just joined. I can already do a little introduction. Welcome to the dev stage again for those who have been in the last one, and if you're new, welcome to the server. I think we are, Mike. Are we over 800 members now? I think so, right?
We are 860 it says on the channel, but that
Oh, let's
updates
go.
periodically. So we
Hmm.
are now we are at dead on 860, so that must have just updated. I checked the logs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just
That's going
updated
up
the
quick.
channel. Literally 3 minutes ago, I updated the channel, so that is going up pretty quick. Earlier on, when you posted the Instagram story, I actually got a notification on my phone and on my desktop. Unusual join activity for the server, so it was like a
Oh,
raid alert almost,
that is
where
always
quite
a
a few
good
people were
sign.
joining. And yeah,
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's always a good sign. It can also be a bad one, but arguably we did not really have any trouble with the server yet, so it's
that's good.
smooth
It's just
sailing so far.
going pretty smooth. Yeah, considering it's pretty much only me moderating as well, me and you.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
which is
running.
speaks for the great setup that you've done.
But right, people, they want to see the game. I also want to see. Show us.
All right, so as always, a little disclaimer. What you're seeing is not final. Everything is alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it. Everything is subject to change. You can leave your feedback on everything that you see. As last time, I will just showcase what's new, the little breakthrough that I had in the last 2 weeks, thanks to some pushing from the community and some constructive criticism. I've been able to adapt some things in the game, which I think will make a lot of people quite happy. And it also comes with some changes from what I've shown you last time, especially in regards to the controller scheme. And also, yes, some new visual upgrades. So I'm just going to get started. And I think on this one, of course, my controller doesn't. There you go. Now we're going to start off with a new map. It is in the making still. It's not finished. Again, everything is subject to change. But here we are. Heavy entrance. So we have some new camera adjustments, a new controller scheme. More about that in a minute. And just generally some gameplay changes that I wanted to show you. So I'm going to try and not fall for like 30 seconds for those who've not seen gameplay, just so you got some eye candy. And I'm going to explain how I've controlled it all. Let's go. Oh god. Bear with me. Royale.
Here we go.
Come on.
It's such an improvement over what everybody saw last time already.
Let's go. Nice. Right, well, that is a good finish. So, as you can see, and if you have noticed, I have a little stick representation here on the bottom, which basically shows what I'm doing with my stick. So this is my right stick, moving the camera, and this is my left stick, which I can use for steering. Now, the main difference and the breakthrough I've had since the last dev stage is, for those who remember, it was a lot about grinding the first dev stage. And the way grinding used to work was it was a one stick control with the right stick basically choosing a direction and choosing the grind variant plus the rotation that you came in on the grind. I've had a bit of a breakthrough, basically now allowing for completely dual stick controls, all in regards to the grinds, so that really the left stick is the right foot and the right stick is the right foot. What that means, in simple terms, we can go to a map that has the first few tutorial challenges, and I can show you that visually a bit better. Let's start off with this one. Now, as you can see, jump on the highlighted rail, and then you see left stick up, right stick diagonally down. Pretty much the direction in which your feet are turned, sort of like your toes, in what direction they're pointing, if that makes sense. Oh, I see. Holy lag. Is my stream smooth, everyone? If it isn't, I can do a little. Yeah, is it not like laggy or stuff? Like if I do this, is this somewhat smooth? Because I would hate for it to look bad if it doesn't need to. Smooth? Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, cool. I can lock it at 60 FPS because I have like a variable frame rate at the moment. Maybe this will make it smooth for more people. Let me know if this is still good. Little Matrix 360. Okay. Oh, I failed the challenge. Thank you all. All right, so turn around here. So basically, I can jump on the rail now, and I have dual stick controls. So I can, slow motion, do this with my sticks, and look at how the feet are also turning in that direction. Now, the same goes for this one, for the Royale. I can do this, and my feet will turn in that direction. And I failed because I didn't have enough momentum. So essentially, this was something that was requested by a few of my Instagram comments and also by some very passionate community members. And it is basically creating a bit more of a sim feeling for the game and a bit more intuitiveness. The past controller scheme I had was quite limited in its scalability, but honestly, my biggest problem with it was that switching grinds didn't really feel great. So with this is pretty awesome now. So I can, for now, these settings are subject to change, but I can disable the requirement for balance for now, just so we can focus on grind switching, because I need to find a place where I can show this pretty nicely. So let's go here and do a P-star grind. All right, I'm just gonna wait until I stop my momentum a little bit. Again, I don't need to balance right now, which is making my life a bit easy. Now, if I wanted to switch a grind before, I would have to hold the right bumper, like left stick direction, like this and that, and it was quite unintuitive. And so what I was able to achieve, it is pretty close to what On a Roll did, to be honest. So there's definitely some inspiration taken. But I want to argue that mine actually is a lot more responsive, and it was really hard to get right. But if you wanted to switch to a Royale, all you need to do, no buttons whatsoever, you just do this, and you switch to a Royale. And this for the Pawn Star grind, or switch feet, get a Royale, let's go. Oh god, my brain. It's obviously also a bit more difficult. Let's do a Toxel, let's do an Acid, Let's do a soul. Let's do a, yeah, Mizu. Oh god. So I did all the grinds. So yeah, as you can see, I can pretty quickly switch in between of grinds now just with the sticks. So no more buttons. It feels a lot better. You can, you know, your both thumbs are always on the stick, so like this makes it feel quite nice, quite dynamic. Now, you may see there's also some improvements now where if you have a harsh landing, there's a bit of camera shake. Some people were saying, like for example, here you can see the camera shake. Some people were saying the landings don't feel impactful enough, so also the camera now moves down when you land, if you can see that. So there's some improvements like this. Now the main thing though, and this was a very big conversation I had in the Discord last week, is controller schemes. There's a lot of people fighting about them. Everyone has sort of different opinions. Obviously, last week I also did a poll on the Discord, and I wanted to see like what kind of controller schemes you all prefer, right? Do you come from skate? Do you come from session? Like, what's the difficulty that you all are looking for? And so I tried to come up with something that I think will make everyone happy, or at least I hope so. Which is I have two controller schemes that you can choose from now, and both offer the same amount of features, which is kind of the breakthrough that I had, because I can't have one simple control scheme that doesn't allow you to do all tricks, right? Because there'll be challenges in the game, so you need to be able to complete the game on both controller schemes. Obviously, it's super difficult, right? But I've managed to make it, so I can let me see, how can I show this? I should really, next time I need to get a controller overlay. Essentially, if you're coming from Skate, for example, for one controller scheme, I'm currently playing on the streamlined controller scheme. All that means is if you've played Skate, or let's say BMX Streets or games like this, you'll be used to it. If you look at my thumbstick controls here, it's go down and flick up, right? Go down and flick up to jump. Then left stick is steering, so you know everyone has an easy time if you're switching from skate. Then spinning is also on the left stick, and so is flipping as well. Let me just quickly do a nice flip transition here. That was a bit jank. But yeah, as you can see, there's no rocket science here. So the onboarding for that controller scheme is pretty simple. And then also, it's the same controller scheme, but I have dual stick grind control. So that also works. That was a big breakthrough for that to work with such a simple controller scheme. And you can also spin onto grinds with this controller scheme. Nice. As you can see, the game is also not easy, even with a streamlined controller scheme. Let's move on. No, I'm stubborn now. I'm gonna get a 360. There you go. Now, that is the first controller scheme, which I think is easy enough to get into, but it's quite difficult to master. So the skill ceiling of the game has massively increased since there's dual stick controls now. Now, there is a secondary, an alternate controller scheme now, which you can set in here. So at the moment, we're at streamlined, and there's an alternate controller scheme. And really, all that changes is basically it removes the spinning from the left stick. That's all that currently does, meaning that you have separate control over your steering and your spinning and your essentially having, because you're steering on the left stick and you're spinning on the triggers now, it splits these two things up, so it allows for more control, especially on grinds. So I would say this is a good controller scheme for those who preferably ride inline skates just for grinding and they want to get a lot of spins done on grinds, for example. Now again, this controller scheme also works for vert riding if you're on a half pipe, if you're liking flips and everything. That still works, but as you can see now, I swear to God, the game has become more difficult, which is, I guess, what some people wanted. But now I need to readjust to this controller scheme. But as you can see, I have a lot of an easier time now spinning in and out of grinds. Let me see if I can. There you go. Look at that. So essentially, by having the triggers, you have your left stick free at all times, meaning that you can really This is the one grind I can currently do. Again, skill ceiling is massively high now. So you'll see me fuck up a lot more in these dev stages, I'll be honest with you. Now, some snappiness. I've got... Oh, look at that. Oof. Some snappiness is to be expected at the moment because there's grind transitions that still need to be worked on. I'm going to have unique animations as well. For example, we have grinds, let's see, like the royale. If you go from a royale to a backslide or a front talk, you wouldn't really have to jump, right? Which at the moment, gosh, I'm sorry. At the moment, if I do a royale and then I do this, right, he jumps. So I'm working on these transitions moving forward so that there's no jump necessary. So you will just be able to lift your foot, right? Which I think also will feel pretty nice when you're skating with dual stick controls. Now, additionally, because I really want the onboarding to be as making everyone happy, whether you're coming from Session, Skater XL, Skate, whatever the game is, I want you all to have a really good onboarding process. So there's also going to be an additional setting added, specifically in gameplay, in regards to the controls, where you will also have a setting which says, do you want to steer with the triggers or not? Which essentially will give you almost a Session controller scheme for those who come from that game. So everyone sort of hopefully is happy with that. And those have been the two major breakthroughs now this week. I'm also looking at the chat now. I'm sorry, I have not been able to look at this because my brain is absolutely smoking by trying to not completely embarrass myself with my poor gameplay skills here. Let's actually go back to this map. Let me get some quick redemption. Come on, let's do something ridiculous. Oh god. Let's do a... Yes. So the arcade players will be happy. Now, this is pretty easy gameplay for me now because I'm super used to it. I have like over 1,000 hours in this game and still I'm really still messing up, as you can see. And also, if you see a lot of the same grinds, that is just because I'm used to these grinds. You'll have a lot of grinds available to you. Let me see, what is this one? Yeah, this is the snappiness that I meant. There's some animations missing. Let me see if I can... Can I... It's nose man heel... No, toe roll up this. And back down. And 180 out. Quick set slide. Beautiful. All right, I think I've said enough. You probably have some questions. There's a lot to talk about. Controller schemes are extremely hard to explain. A lot of this will obviously be very obvious to you once you get your hands on the game later this year. I'll make sure that next time I'm streaming from OBS, and then I'll get a controller overlay, and then you'll see this all a bit better. I've been working on this until like 5 minutes before the dev stage today, so I've been a bit useless. But I think it's time for some questions for you all. I'm going to leave the game on in case there's anything I need to show. But let me quickly catch up on the chat if I missed anything major. And if not, you can request to speak in like 2 minutes. There'll be like a little hand icon you can press and then we can get you on stage. If you want to request to speak, just be aware that's something where you need your mic for. So make sure that your mic is on. Once we don't have any people requesting to speak, I will be looking at chat as well. So if you're more comfortable writing a question, you're all good for that as well. Will it work on Steam Deck? Yes, I'm pretty much going to optimize it for my Steam Deck as well. So it will definitely work. And I'm going to try my best to get like the performance to be really decent. Can you do backslides? Yes. Yeah, currently I believe there is 12 or 14 grinds, but with the new controller scheme, I will be adding a lot more. It just depends on how much makes sense for the foot positions. I may have to get creative, or some may not be as accurate, depending on how much people want me to add. Da, 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 da. All right, let me just check the chat. Okay.
Mr. Walden Pond, there's not an official dev stage yet, or sorry, there's not an official release date yet. But in one of the earlier dev stages, Michael did say probably towards the end of this year, just not sure on when. It's kind of like the most that we know at the minute.
I'm a I'm a dumb person. You're not a dumb person. To write a multiplayer mod, you're definitely not a dumb person if you're writing a multiplayer mod. Very much the contrary. Will yours be multiplayer? No, my game is just built for single player. It is how I achieve the visual fidelity and the freedom of movement that I have. If I had built my game for multiplayer, it would definitely look a lot more basic. So I'm really prioritizing for this game the single player experience, the visual fidelity, the realism, the authenticity. Multiplayer is always good. I'm a fan, of course. Would I want it to be? Yes. Can I make it? No. So there's just a bit of a scope creep that I need to be aware of, that I don't know how to make good multiplayer games. So I just need to limit myself at some point. Let's see, Killer Beats, I'll get you on because hopefully I had some good news for you today. I'll be the first guest. Yo. What's
Yeah,
good? Yes.
man. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.
Dude, you pushed me, man. I appreciate it.
You can do
It
it, man.
wasn't easy, but you know what? Sometimes I need a little push.
I was gonna say a lot of good things ain't easy to get or achieve, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. And yeah, you're right. It opens up a lot for you as far as options you have. It opens up a lot for players. It opens up a lot of difficulty. And then you have the other controller scheme in there too, man. Like, yeah, you really did it, bro. And I want to say I'm proud of you. Like my opinion of my admiration means something.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think I got it pretty solidly right now. I definitely I mean I've had the first map for a while, right? So once I changed the controller scheme, I have to admit to you, like, yeah, that I saw the entire map a bit differently. Like I was engaged again, you know, like everything is a bit more difficult. But it's also just as difficult as you make it, right? Because you can also input an easy grind with dual sticks, so it's pretty cool. It's just a lot more scalable. So definitely appreciated your feedback from last week.
Sure. Mike, how you doing, man? What's going on? Can you hear us? Is Mike on? Mike, you there? What's up?
Yeah, what's going on? You want me to move you back to the audience? Sorry, I was
Nah,
reading the
man.
side chat.
Nah, you good, bro? I was just saying hi to you, man.
Oh, what's good, brother? What's good? How you doing?
Man, I ain't too good. I got hit by a car walking across the street.
Oh,
Wait, what?
shit.
Really?
Oh, I'm wishing you a speedy recovery,
Oh,
brother.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Hopefully
Damn.
it'll be some
Did
sort
he
of
pull
distant.
over?
Huh?
Did he pull over? Did you
Yeah,
exchange the?
what's funny is, bro, I actually knew the dude. Knew the dude that was driving. Random coincidence.
Oh,
I knew it. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
it was pretty
that
weird,
just
Crazy.
bro.
sucks a little more. Do you know what I mean? It's like, damn, it's my homie.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna be no skating going on for a while.
Well,
No, yeah, I'm on
I
crutches
mean,
right now. I ain't gonna be no skating for a while, but that's like seeing this though put me in a little bit of good spirits. I'm not gonna lie to you.
you can help with your
Huh.
reference posting then, because I've seen
Yeah,
you've got some good reference posting going on.
for sure. But yeah, this definitely put me in good spirits seeing the state of the game. For
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Couple
oh yeah, brother.
questions.
Yeah, hell
Fire.
yeah, man.
I can see that you got like bio spins and shit. Um, you put any thought? They got a lot going on. Would you put any thought into like regular, like flat spins and like misty flips and shit like that?
Uh, I'm trying to educate myself at the moment as to what I can do. But the plan is definitely to add as much as possible, right? Really, as much as possible. I'm not putting any boundary on the game until the controller does, sort of. So anything that you want me to look at for reference, what did you say again?
Like so, you
Um,
got like bio spins right now, and like bio spins is like spins that are slightly off axis, and then
right. Yeah.
if you go into a flat spin is a spin that you're doing completely flat in the air. So you flatten out completely vertical in the air, and then you like when you land, that's when you get back to your regular stance, whatever. But it's not an angle; it's totally 90 degrees.
Right.
But,
Let me.
but
I've
oh yeah,
been
go
I've
ahead.
been wondering about this actually. Can you tell me if this is a flat spin or if I got it wrong? Let's see. If I go to a oh, I'm playing my own game through the Discord stream. That's not a good idea.
I got you. I'm
Um,
watching.
let me try if I can get one. Is that a flat spin? Because I might be wrong. Oh, it's not easy. Oh, that's just a backflip.
That's more of like a misty
You
flip.
gotta show me like a reference of both, and I'll be able to tell you because but the whole naming conventions have been getting to me.
But there's a lot. It's years and it's a lifetime of learning this shit. And you try to cram it all in a little
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, dude, I've only just caught up on all the grinds, man.
Yeah,
I'm already happy that I know what a zero spin is in alley-oop.
I was saying, can
But yeah,
you spin? Like if you do a front flip or a back flip, can you spin while you do that?
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So spinning and flipping is individual, so you can control that like you want. It's on two different axes, basically.
Front flip 180. See what that looks like. Off, but don't do it on a don't do it on a quarter though. Do it off like a ramp or a box.
Front flip 180. That will be difficult. There's definitely some. Oh god.
Yeah, like that. That's kind
Yeah.
of a misty flip. That's not the positioning for a misty flip, but like that's the location.
Right. Yeah, I can't land it.
And make the actual like body correct. But
There you go. Yeah, there's some. I think especially the slow spins, like they're not bad, but I want them to look a bit better. So I want to work on some different blends. I have some
yeah, I
procedural
posted some
stuff going on.
references.
Sorry, I can hear you not too well. You're like clipping out and in and
you're
out.
breaking up a little there.
Worst case, you'll have to like message the questions and I'll answer them this way. I think it's like noise gate or something kicking in for you. Last time it was the case as well.
Yeah, it might be a like mixture of background noise as well.
I have my
Oh yeah.
headphones plugged in. I unplugged my headphones. Is that better?
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Oh yeah. That's much better.
Wow.
Yeah, my
Well,
headphones
yeah,
do this as well.
my
You just
headphones are
joined the
ass. So
conversation, bro.
that's
Yeah, this is much better. All
Much
right, you
better.
were saying.
But no, I was saying, yeah, you got the mechanic for what I'm talking about for a misty flip is there. As long as you can flip and spin at the same time, you straight. But
Oh
you would
yeah,
just have to
100%.
add the actual like animation or like the body position of the flip itself while you're doing the flip. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got the mechanic for it already. It's cool. I'll post
Sweet.
some
Okay.
references to there's a dude named Montre Livingston. I want you to familiarize yourself with him. He's an OG in the game. Like, he's been skating since he was like 12, 13 and had parts in videos since he was like 12 or 13. He's like 30 something now. So he's an OG. But he's like the
Hell yeah.
best misty flipper ever. Like that's his thing. He'll misty flip down anything you put in front of him. He'll misty flip down that shit. Stair sets, whatever. So yeah, that's like his thing. So I'll post you some clips of him doing that shit so you can get a reference to somebody that's like the best at that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. I appreciate it, man. Can you
What's up?
post it in reference posting just
Yeah,
so I have it like as your
absolutely.
one post? Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna set you up some. That and I was gonna ask one other thing. Oh, I begged the goddamn session devs to do this shit, and they never did it, bro. Like I was talking to them, they never did this shit. But I think it's a good idea. When you bail, anytime your ass bail or your ass falling, what's the first thing you gonna do? Reach for the ground. You're gonna put your hands out towards the ground and try to brace yourself. That's just off rip. That's what you're gonna do. Even if you fall
Right.
backwards, you're gonna put your hands behind you to try to brace that shit every time. And every like action sports game that don't have like pre-canned animations for falling and shit like skate, it's just a ragdoll or whatever. You just ragdoll, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was thinking like if you could add when the bail triggers to keep it simple so you don't have to animate the hands for every fucking bail that could possibly happen. when the bell triggers, if you just add an automatic weight to like the hands so that the hands instinctively fall towards the ground when you fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so actually, I thought about something similar earlier today because I have what's called like an active ragdoll. So it is purely physics based, but mixed with
Yeah.
animation. And so the idea that I had as well is based on your body position. I will play different animations, so I can program it in the game
Yeah, that's
to
the hard way
tell.
for sure.
Are you
That's
yeah, yeah,
definitely the
but
hard
like
way to do
I
it.
think it's appropriate, right? Like it's the same thing as like I want it in the game once it's finished. I want
Right.
you to that if your character hits his head, I want him to like touch his face, go like fuck, you know. And
Yeah,
same goes for like if he falls backwards, I want him to reach backwards, like you just said, right? And forwards, sort
yeah,
of the same. So I'll have like different states of different animations that will blend with the ragdoll, so that you get like an authentic sort of reaction.
yeah.
That'd be the end goal, at least. Probably a bit
I
later on,
suggested
but.
the weight thing because I just thought that was like a quick fix to how session like bells could be better.
I
But
think a
then what
weight
you
thing could
just
be
said, like that's
interesting.
obviously
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say that's obviously the ideal way is what you just
yeah.
said, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of
I
work,
mean,
bro. But man,
yeah,
hey,
you
you
know. I
showing that
mean,
you can
hey,
do it though, bro.
yeah.
You showing you can do it, bro. I can't
That's
doubt. Never
that's what
doubt
I
you
sign
again.
up with.
I'm not gonna ever doubt you again, bro. You say you go. You say you got your mind on something. I'm gonna leave you to it, bro. Cause yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
No, I got
like
you,
I said,
man.
I
I got you.
appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the dialogue, the openness between the process and all that, man. You doing a great job, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And thanks for the questions. Thanks for the suggestions, man. You help
You got
keep
it.
push the game forward. So appreciate
Man, I'm
that.
spreading this shit like wildfire, bro. I'm telling everybody I know about this shit, man.
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
man. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
So,
Peace out,
y'all
brother.
take care.
Take care.
All right.
I'm still
Enjoy your
listening.
You
I'm
night.
too,
still
man.
here, but y'all take care.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Of
Hell yeah.
course, yeah. Take care, man. Awesome. All right. So let's see if someone else has some questions. You can now raise your hand as well. There's like a little hand icon, or you can just message in the chat your questions, and I'll pick it up from there. Do we pick a dominant foot? Eric is asking. I saw the challenge you did ask for left-footed grinds. Yes, so you'll be able to do every grind either on right foot dominant or left foot dominant. So that's sort of up to you. And when it comes to the challenges, I've been wondering how I'll do this. I think what I could do is based on the setting that you set the game to, the challenge will always show the grinds that you're supposed to do with your dominant foot that you have set in the challenge, if that makes sense. It's more like almost like an accessibility thing, but I think it could make sense depending on how much people care about I guess, the naming convention. I suppose if you're right-footed in real life, you want your switches to be on the left-footed grind, and for the left-footed dominant people, you want the right-footed grinds to be called switch, right? So I guess the setting makes sense for that. But yeah, it's definitely possible. The game currently already supports it. I just have to add it to the naming convention. Will there be more customization? Stars, yeah, there will be a shit ton by the time this game is done. Can I see a soul to backslide, please? It's my favorite switch up. I can do it, but again, keep in mind the switch up animations are currently not in the game. What are we saying? Soul to backslide. Oh my god. Okay, bear with me. Let me select a good grind here. Actually, I'm gonna need a session marker for this one. Let's take the rail. All right, soul. Let me think. Soul. Just this. Yeah. Was that good? Was that it? That took some brain capacity right now. Tap, tap, 180. Ugh, I wanted to 180 out. Missed it. Let me know if I got it. Oh, wait, no. Did I do an asset? Wait. I think I did an asset, didn't I? That's top asset. No, you're right. Yeah. Wait. I keep mixing up my my feet. So soul would be this. There you go. That's a lot cleaner. Let's watch that back. I have a bit of a film effect going on at the moment. A bit of a vintage.
Fools to Climb was talking about modded maps. I am already. So I modeled my local park and I got clearance off Michael to be able to tell you guys this, but I've already modeled my local park and it works amazing in game. Like I didn't even I loaded in and I even sent a clip in the beta and just showed Michael and he like it was pretty cool, wasn't it, Michael? Like it
Oh, yeah.
just dropped in and it just worked. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like the grinds do need a spline, but that's easily enough. You can like a mod kit or a short tutorial will be easy enough for almost anybody here to be able to do. I'm confident.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that is a trailer shot right there.
Should I give him a screenshot or two?
Yeah, that's a trailer shot. I need to. I'm going to film the trailer soon. I need to update the replay. It needs some more smoothness, some filters, some camera modes. Photo mode exists. Not yet, but I think the photo mode will be in the replay editor once I'm done with it. Because you can already pose the camera, right? I mean, why not? That makes sense, I believe. All right, let me look at chat. Sorry, I'm
with the replay
very slow
editor.
here.
It's pretty cool.
Last showcase, I briefly saw in-game replay editor. Could you just quickly go through the kind of features that comes with the in-game editor? I'm huge on session mainly because of the videos I can make. Can be real close to looking real versus a video game. I like to edit videos, so I'm already imagining all the things I would film. I mean, currently it's quite bare bones. The camera is currently set to always face the player. Keyframes do already work, but they're very basic. So a lot of time on my end still has to be spent to make it what it needs to be. But I think, yeah, I mean, the aim is so that you can record realistic gameplay. That's for sure. I want video editors to have fun with this. You know, I want ideally you to look at like whether it's a clip from the 90s up to like just a clip from last week. You saw someone do a grind on some rail somewhere in the world. I want you to be able to sort of recreate that with the replay editor. So it should definitely be I like the vintage look. I like the sort of old school cameras. I don't know how much I will do with like focus and stuff. It tends to be also a bit like performance heavy. But I think like anything that you could do with like a handheld camera like 10 years ago, I think you'll be able to do hopefully with the replay.
Yoshi asked for a screenshot of the killer map. Oh, I read Killer Beat's name then. Of the modded map. Do you reckon? Should I give him a screenshot? I got two pretty peak screenshots on it. They're bad quality, but
You can give him a screenshot, yeah.
Alright, I'll give him these two.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a fisheye
This
going,
one,
Killer Beats already, but I think it needs to be.
this one.
I think it needs to be more fisheye. It's not strong enough, I think.
So there's your first one.
Yeah.
Got a little grid texture on the map. I was clearing the spine in this, doing a little backflip. And then this is just me standing over it. Just so you know it's real. It's moddable. It's very moddable. It took me, I don't even think 5 minutes. Like, I downloaded Unreal. Once Unreal was downloaded, loaded up the project with the game name, replicated the file structure, and then boom, I was in there.
All right, I need to look at the chat more. Thank you. Everything you said exactly is exactly why I love a good in-game editor and skate games. Thank you for replying to my question. Of course, man. Of course, Mike. Tofa requested to speak. I didn't see that. Sorry. You were still ready, Tofa? Can we get you on stage?
I'll invite him.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Invite to speak. Welcome aboard.
Hello, hello.
Topher.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you're muted, I think.
What about now?
Oh, I can hear you. Hello, hello.
Okay. Hello.
How's it
A
going?
question from Dante. In the future, will there be a different? I just closed chat. What am I doing? In the future, will there be different modes to do stuff other than challenges and replay?
You'd have to elaborate, I think. I mean, challenge is sort of all you can do in a single player game. Can you tell me some more?
Just different game modes. I don't know.
Oh, right. Like,
What
I
the-
mean, I guess. Let me think. I mean, so far, I'm thinking of the game at the moment as like like a sort of a sandbox for inline skating, and then the challenges sort of are like a side dish to it for those who are looking to do something and maybe unlock some of the things. But I always feel like it's very yeah, I just want to skate. Jay Weather just said. I feel like that's like sort of my attitude as well in regards to such a game. So there will be challenges. I'm gonna try and make varied challenges so that you have a good bit of variety. When it comes to game modes in single player, I'm not sure what that would look like, but I'll be open to hear your feedback and everyone else's if there's any ideas throughout early access and leading into early access. I'll be here for that. But at the moment, it's I'm not sure. I guess it depends on what people would consider game modes.
Dante said like a brick line mode and high score mode, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, but I mean these are challenges to me, right? Like a challenge could be a high score, like get as many points in this much time or something, right? I think yeah. I mean maybe we mean the same thing. I guess. I guess that could be the case. I have, I guess, one. No, I can't say more because that would be a spoiler. Because I have some idea that I have not talked about yet, and I think I want to keep that a secret for a bit later on. There's a special map I'm working on. That's all I can say.
Okay, that's I guess I don't know. Yeah, see
All
ya.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Cheers
Take
for
it
your
easy,
question.
Topher. Topher with the mic turned on. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
We went through 2 years of muted Topher, and now we have vocal Topher. He's evolved. He's put a capital T for Topher now.
In order to release this game, what other things do you need to do? Is it mostly polishing the tricks? In order to release the game, well, there's a lot of things going on, right? There is the things that I need to do to make you all happy, right? To like do what I think is a worthy early access game that I think I can sell at a certain price that I set myself out to do, and that price needs to reflect my mission moving forward. You know, while consoles are absolutely not confirmed at the moment, they're obviously something that I would love to do. So, as a developer, I'm working behind the scenes a lot on the business side of things, and also behind the scenes on the creative side of things. So a lot of my milestones are the things that I show you now, like, oh my God, maybe I need a second controller scheme. I need to make sure that the onboarding for you all is great, no matter where you're coming from, Session, from Skate, you know. But I'm also having a lot of, there's a timeline that needs to be created with a game, and the timeline is usually built on quality of gameplay, a good time window for release that makes sense. You know, there's also other games coming out, of course, throughout every year. Then setting a price that needs to be at a certain, I guess, price. Every game is different, right? I have certain goals with my game. Other people have other goals with their games. And so I have a price in mind. And so, like, I want to offer a really good quality game for that price, even if it's not finished. And then yeah, just sort of go from there. I'm open to answering more questions, but it's I will start another podcast if I continue now. So I'll go question by question. We don't know the exact price. Yeah. I could assume it'll be similar to what the price was for RNA in early access, but I'm not sure. It sort of depends.
But you did say in an earlier dev stage you were aiming to sort of have it priced at an equal for content. Do you know what I mean? And it was the same with RNA. RNA was
Yeah.
equally priced for their content, and I feel it always
Yeah.
has been. So it's like it just makes sense.
Yeah. 100%. Killer Beats, yeah, feel free to shoot your questions in chat. I can answer them. Walden Pond, RNA was my first game, so this is the second game I've ever made, and RNA is the short for Rooftops and Alleys. It's a game that I've made before this one. I'm still making it. It's not over yet, which I guess is also one of the reasons why I can't just release Rollout tomorrow. I'm still working on Rooftops and Alleys, so I'm splitting myself between two projects obviously at the moment. So I need to respect both projects individually at the moment.
Seb is here, and it's like 3 a.m. for him. So should we pull him on so that he
Yeah,
can
sorry,
die
Seb.
off?
I've seen you 3 times. I forgot. Yeah, you're late, so
I'll grab him. I've got him.
just so he can get some rest.
No, you don't have to stress about me. You know I'm staying up all night for this.
What's up, man?
Not much. Mike, it's actually 5 a.m.
Oh, my bad.
So
My apologies.
actually, you mean you've already
I didn't
stayed
mean
up
to
all night?
assume your time. I didn't mean to assume your time. My bad.
Yeah, I've already stayed up. I've already been there. Now, my
Right.
question kind of piggybacks off of what Stars was asking earlier when it comes to the customization. You showed it off at the start, but I also wanted to know if you were planning to do anything. Sending.
Anything?
It's not
Yeah.
sending. Now it's like protection gear and like gloves and whatnot. So like your wrist guards, your elbow pads, knee pads. If that's going to be something that you can add on top of existing clothes, or whether it be added onto additional clothes. And then if there was just going to be like other gloves, like even stuff like scarves, like accessories.
I don't think I can do scarves, to be honest, because of clipping. That's really the only issue. Maybe like as part of an upper body outfit, I can do that, but not separately, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that sort of gets in the territory of like it's extremely difficult with clothing that like the clothing clips with each other, meaning like it overlaps and it looks really ugly. So I really have a really high benchmark for what I want to achieve with my second game now in regards to clothing as well and customization. So I can definitely make a jacket that has a scarf on it, right? But I don't think it will be individual scarves, for example. I think stuff like glasses at the moment, hats, which include helmets, right? Or different hats, beanies. Like this will sort of be baked into these pieces of clothing. Now glasses are separate for no reason whatsoever, but I thought it would be funny. And then obviously for those who have not seen it, you'll have like presets here of boots, but you can also completely customize them to your liking. So the clothing will be presets with realistic sort of aimed clothing textures, which I will make. And there's going to be, like I said, a huge selection on release of 1.0. Early access, a lot more that you see now, but obviously it's going to grow during early access. But when it comes to the skates, that's where you unlock full customization with different colors, different boots, different frames. I mean, heck, we even have quads. I gotta widen the appeal for the game. It's really just a gimmick. It's an inline game, right? But I mean, why not? If people like it. So at the moment have even different frame setups, wheel setups. So yeah, that's sort of what I set myself out to do. Character customization you have as well. At the moment, you have one female body. You'll have like a lot of different sort of body types, and then the skin colors that you can customize. The hair, which you can currently not see because it's bugged out. Again, early alpha beta footage. but if I turn off my hat, I will have white hair. And let me just quickly... there's just two different hairstyles at the moment because I wanted to start off with the two most complex ones because the other ones are easier. But yeah, sorry, was that your question? Am I off track now, Seb?
No, that is pretty much answering it. Just like I'll rapid fire like some accessories and other clothing articles you could add on, and I'll just
Yeah, sure.
like if you go yes, no, possibly.
Yeah, sure.
Headphones,
everything.
earphones.
Headphones, earphones, these will be baked into the hats. Again,
Make
same
it a
with the
mod if I have
scarf.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a beanie that has headphones on already, or a cap that has headphones on already, sort of thing.
So yeah, that makes sense. Like if you were trying to like wear it with hair and it wasn't like designed for that, it wouldn't like clip through or anything like that.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I think I've only the only other one I've got is like piercings as well.
Piercings, I don't know because each face will be different, right? Like the body
Yeah.
shape and face will be different of every character. So I'd have to see, possibly though. But I guess I don't want every female or male character, no matter the body type. Like I don't want everyone's nose to have the same amount of proportions, so that a piercing fits each model. If that makes sense. Like I'd rather
Yeah.
prioritize versatility in the way that your character can look, if that makes sense. Like I want different faces, different features in the face, right? So yeah, that's not to say piercings aren't possible, but I think it requires too much focus to make that work on all the different bodies, basically, and faces and stuff. So that I think it's not a feasible option, at least at the moment.
No, fair enough. That's everything. That's all my questions.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know if it
Oh,
changes, though. I mean, I never know. Maybe there's going to be like character variations of the same character. Tattoos are something, for example, that I want to do that aren't in the game right now. So stuff like that is
Oh, that would
possible.
be sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you, Seb.
yeah,
And
get out of there, Seb. Get out of
yeah,
there.
get some rest
Yeah,
later.
there you go. Yeah, what? Get out of there. Get out of my bar.
Right. Who has some more questions? I'm getting sidetracked again. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through chat. Will the skating animation be the same if you skate with four-wheel skates? Yes, yeah, they will be. Like I said, the quads are just a gimmick. It's called rollout inline, so I really want to stay true to inline. If I start making different animations for quads, I think I'll just lose the focus for what matters. I love quads as well, but I think if it's going to be the same animations. You can also do all the grinds on the quads that you can do on an inline, which in and of itself is not really realistic, but that element is just a gimmick for the game, to be honest.
Killer Beats wants to hop back in for 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, game on.
My bad, y'all. I forgot something real quick. Something we had talked about before.
All good.
The set slide spinning.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to work on that pretty soon. Hopefully on the next dev stage I can show you something.
For sure. And then grind spline dropper possibly for players, because a lot of issue that you run into with Skater XL is I want to grind this, I can't because it ain't no spline on that shit. Either the mod dude didn't drop it right here, or the dev team didn't put one on this particular object for the map that they put out. But Session doesn't have that problem because you can just grind everything in the whole map, whatever it is. But I know that's probably something that you would have to do starting off. Like you probably can't just do that shit in the middle of making your game to where everything is grindable. So I was thinking a solution might be maybe a grind spline dropper, like an object dropper, but instead you drop a spline for a player to manipulate and twist and put wherever he wants to and shit.
I think that could be interesting, but I think it's also a bit complex. To be honest, I would probably say
Yeah,
that
hard
if
shit.
I missed a grind in my game, I would update the game and do the grinds myself. Now, as for grinds, I will share most likely on release, on early access launch, I will share a document with a spline that people can use to put into their projects and put on every grind stuff. But I think
Okay.
I would have to hold the modders accountable, I guess, for missing grinds, because I think a spline dropper can get dangerous performance-wise
I
if
agree.
people
I
aren't
agree.
responsible with it, you know. So that's just something for me to sort of be wary about, because you know I'm also the one sort of getting that. Oh, the game runs like shit, you know.
Yeah,
Bro
for
just
sure.
dropped 600 splines.
Right. All right.
But you
Well,
know,
that's fair
not to
enough.
say never. You know, I think a level editor can at some point maybe make sense, and obviously you'd have like objects that are pre-splined for you to make your life easier. You know,
Right.
and maybe these objects could be used, you know, to replace missing grinds on other mod maps or something.
For sure. And I was gonna say a lot of the stuff that Seb was mentioning, that's probably gonna get modded in at some point. Like that's all the shit that got modded in the XL and session, nose rings and scarves and all that stuff. That'll come.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna try and add as much in vanilla, of course, as possible. But yeah, I know the modders got me. I think the modders will support.
Yeah,
So
they'll add anytime somebody can think of something that's missing, like I want to do this, there'll be somebody that does it. They'll just do it.
yeah,
It'll
for
happen.
sure.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you get back to it, man. Sorry to jump back in.
Yeah, all good, man. All good. You have a
Alright,
good one.
take it
Alright.
easy, brother.
um. All right, I'm gonna have to scroll up a bit on the chat because I've been trying to find the messages that I've missed. The man doesn't even aggressive skate yet made an amazing skate game. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been breathing inline skating for the past year. I've been learning everything every day, 24/7, and I've still not reached the peak. There's still so much left to learn. Michael, how long does it take for you to make all the animation? So this game is not really completely animation based. Compared to my first game, for example, where everything was animation based, this game is a lot more a mix, sort of, between. So the movement is momentum and physics based, and then the positioning of the character is partially procedural, with blends of poses. And I mean, other than like the skating, you know, like the skating forward and steering and stuff like that, those are animations. But the rest, like grinds, these are all poses that are procedurally being blended with IK and a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, if an animation like the skating animation, for example, takes me quite long, because a game like this, which is a lot more aiming for, I don't want to say photorealism, because I don't want to, it's definitely a lot more towards that than my first game, but it's obviously trying to be in its movement authentic to the photoreal thing at least. So it definitely takes me a bit of time. I think the skating animation alone, I've probably redone like 20 times. I've probably spent in total maybe I don't know how many hours, but a lot of time.
I think Yoshi's got a couple questions.
Yes, I'm just still going from the top down.
I'll
But
bring
yeah,
him
if
on
Yoshi
the
wants to
stage.
speak, we can. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can bring him.
Hello, boys.
What's good,
Yo
lad?
yo.
I just want to ask a question for Stars because I know Stars don't speak to my knowledge. I know rollout is a different game to go completely to RNA,
Yeah.
but Stars asked, could there possibly be a like Easter egg for Billy,
Oh yeah,
or
for
just like
sure. I think
randomly
I
on a
think
map?
there will be some. Yeah, there will be some sort of representation, of course. I think every game I will make in the future will have Easter eggs to my previous projects. I'm pretty sure.
You got to put one of the RNA spray paints just on a map somewhere, like on a ramp or something.
Yeah, for
Pigeon poop
sure.
Easter egg. That's a W shout, Topher. W
Yeah.
shout.
yeah, that could work. That could work for sure.
What about an actual pigeon that just wanders around the map, Michael? I like.
Nah, I can't spend resources on that, mate.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough. I do know a couple of cheap ways of doing it if you did ever want to
This is
test
an
it.
inline
but
game. Every
they,
single cent will be
yeah,
spent on the sport.
that's fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough. I completely
Yeah.
understand it. I'll mod them
Yeah.
in now. Don't worry, boys. I'll
Yeah,
mod
you
them
can
in.
mod
I'll
it in.
mod them in. I'll take the model of P as well. Don't worry, boys. P will return.
W.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to ask. Thanks, boys.
All right,
Yeah, of
take
course.
it. Tell you that. Have a good one.
Take it. Take it.
Legend.
All right, I've missed some questions. Is it possible to put a couple of famous
No
skaters
Gino.
as playable characters? Probably not, because, well, the aim for my game is basically to offer you enough customization, hopefully. Of course, all of us, there's too many human beings for my game to represent, in my customization, if we're reasonable. But still, the aim for me is to approach something similar to that, to say you can change, your character, the skin color, the clothing, the skates, the hair color, the hair type, everything, so that ideally you can look close to whatever your favorite skater is. But I think putting real skaters in, I've gotten a lot of requests now of real life skaters, which I'm much appreciated. But a lot of them, and it's a good right, of course, a lot of them, they want to wear their unique pieces of clothing. They don't necessarily want to be switched around to wear you know
They don't want to be a
other
customizable
stuff in my
character.
game. I will say, not everyone wants to wear this sort of t-shirt versus that one. So every time I would put a real life skater in, basically that would mean that they are not customizable. And I think for anyone who knows them, they will be happy that that person is in the game. And if you don't know that person, you'll be upset that you can't change the color of the t-shirt for that person. So I'm more going that route of just fully customize your own character sort of thing. It's a lot of responsibility as well, honestly, which I feel a bit uncomfortable with. If I add real people into the game, that has some implications, right? If people mod and they're doing inappropriate things with these characters, like, it's just something that I don't want to be responsible for, to be honest. As much as I would love to have real skaters in the game, I think it lets me sleep at night.
But it's also like I'll just ask the people in here now. Would you rather be yourself in a game doing some crazy inline shit, or would you rather be an already existing pro? Because like my main thing with all the original Tony Hawks was like, damn, I can't be myself, and then skate. Do you know what I mean? Like you could, and that was just like bang for me. That was it. Decision made. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
If I can customize myself and kind of make it more me, ride my own style, and that's like, yeah, that's a lot. That means
Yeah.
a lot more to me, at least. I don't know if any of you guys in the audience agree.
Yeah, one thing I can say, because I've seen you, Killer Beat, say a few times it can be mods to a lot of the questions. You are
Yeah.
right, and it can be a solution for the PC players, right? Again, there's no guarantee, and at the moment it doesn't. There's a very good chance that rollout will never come out on console. That's just the truth. We will not know until we see if it's successful and whatnot. But I still have to pretend internally as if it does come to console, right? Even if it might not, because if I don't pretend like it does, then I will just answer every question with, "Oh, the modders will fix it," right? But no, I have to go and make my game assuming that hopefully it comes out to console. So I need to approach every problem with ideally a solution of my own. That's not to say I'll find a solution to everything, but I think it's for me at least, a smarter idea to say, okay, modding will only be a last resort, for every problem.
Mod.io is quite expensive. I just want to put it out there, guys. So maybe don't just rely purely on Mod.io, because I looked into it personally. A couple of other games that went down the path of getting it, and it was quite expensive. So I don't know. It's quite a tough decision, really, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
it's a similar decision to kind of like the dedicated server question for a solo developer in general.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's possible, sure, but it would take years upon years of work. So it's like dependable.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I see Eric asks, "Does RNA have mod.io?" Eric, I have been working with mod.io. I know the people there. We've been there's super good people, super supportive. We have been working on an implementation for rooftops and alleys as well for the past few months. It is super difficult, especially on console. It's been holding updates back a lot, but it is something that you know, it is possible to do for consoles, but honestly, I'll have to see how that goes for rooftops and alleys, because yeah, it is not free. And so I'll sort of have to see if that becomes a feasible option for if rollout ever comes out on console. Fingers crossed, but yeah, I wouldn't rely on modding to be on any console ever, to be honest. So, you know, I'm gonna try stuff, but you know, you just got to see if it makes sense. But yeah, what did I miss? Can you show some more gameplay for the people who joined? I will soon. I will soon. Let me just scroll. I'll do some cool lines, hopefully, in a minute. Do you have a time frame for the next? No, Stars. I don't want to. Let's keep the conversation here on rollout. Any question for my previous projects is for the other server. Otherwise, this server is rollout only.
Let's do a little test quick. Can we get like a 1 if you're an actual skater and a 2 if you're not a skater IRL? Yeah. Okay. 3 from Lucid, because Lucid just no clips everywhere. Same with Stars. Stars no clips everywhere. Nerve, I don't know why you put 2. That must be a mistype. You must have meant to put 3 because you just no clip everywhere.
But 250, can I play your game today? No, because I'm going
Eric,
to
you
lose
no clip
infinitely more
everywhere.
money if you leak it.
Make a poll.
I'm not going to sell my game to anyone unless it's out for everyone. Appreciate the offer, though. I've been really bad at answering questions through chat this dev stage. I'm sorry if I missed.
How about we
any of the
switch it up a bit? You ask these guys some questions. Let's flip the tables. Start playing good cop, bad cop on them, Michael. You be both good cop and bad cop.
Well, I just want to see if I
watch.
missed something. Maybe there's some good questions I missed. Yeah, no, but I think let me just
we
see. For those who are still in here, you'll get a chance to still ask something. I think that's a good actually first cue, Mike. If you want to quickly entertain, I'll quickly go gardening and then I shall be right back.
Before you go, do you think I could entertain them with a clip of the map, see as though they've seen the screenshots?
What, of the mod map?
Yeah, it's only a couple of short clips. It's 26 seconds. And it's
Honestly,
splice.
I would say let's keep it for the next one because if the gameplay doesn't look good on your map, then I feel like my game's not prepared.
It does. No, it does. I'll send you it if you want.
Yeah, send me the clip and then I'll tell you afterwards if you
and
can
you
stream.
be my you judge me.
Yeah.
You judge me. All right.
Because I'm self-conscious, all right. The game's not done yet, so I want it to look as good as possible.
We're gonna get a little quiz going in here. Where you gone? All right, here we go.
Bodhi, I'll be back in 2 minutes and I'll reply to that. But yes, there's a new control scheme. Let me.
I'll dig it
I'll be
out
back
of
in.
my
I'll be back in a minute.
screenshots. I'll answer the best I can. So there is a new control scheme, Bodhi. So the dual sticks work when you're on a grind. You point the sticks in what direction you kind of want your toes to go in. It's a bit complicated to explain this way, but it's dual stick. You can swap between. There is kind of like a streamlined and a more advanced, so that people like Seb or maybe yourself and Killer Beats and Eric can get the techie lines going, because I like a lot of people asked for that kind of last time. Set slides are already in the game, Mr. Yardman. Mirror that. Yeah, it's exciting because I think you guys kind of put in a little bit of pressure on him, did kind of spring that into action. Now I'm not saying that's the way to go, but your suggestions are here to be heard. Do you know what I mean, guys? They're not like he wasn't pressured by it, but it just opened up his mind. Do you know what I mean? It just gave him a bit more thought, and it allowed him to look into it himself. So like the feedback and the suggestions, like definitely keep those coming. Do you know what I mean? Because it helps build it. Even in the calls outside of this server where I've spoken with Michael, it's kind of just like a lot of our talks are orientated around your guys' suggestions, like the skaters and even the gamers who just like the techiness of the game, the control scheme. So Yeah, 100%, Eric. 100%. You got it spot on there. I think he was always he always was going to give it a go no matter what. It was just a case of him getting in there and then finding a way that he could make it work in a way that made sense. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing to say how you do something. We've all been there where you say you're going to do something and you get around to go do it and it just does not work out the way you think it do. So you got to re-engineer the way that you approach the kind of situation. Do you know what I mean? But it was a good decision, 100%. It made a lot of sense. Let's see what for the skaters in here. What are your favorite, say, tricks or grinds? Let's create a couple of categories here. So let's say on you get air tricks. You know what I mean? Do you get air tricks in skating? I would assume you do, right? So let's say air, grind, and flat ground. What are your favorite tricks or moves? A lot of weird grabs. Yeah. Nah, I can relate. As a skateboarder, I can relate. Ledges and switch ups. Nice. Yeah, I love a good ledge. They make sense as well, do you know what I mean? Chicken wing grind stars.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
All right. Did Mike do a good explaining on the controller scheme, or do I have to catch you up, Bodhi?
We did a little catch up on it.
Okay.
But you do have your screen up, so.
Yeah. I'll show anyone who's missed it. So if you've been there in the last F stage, I'll assume you knew the last controller scheme. But so now, so you can see here on the bottom of the screen, these are my stick representations, right? Left stick, right stick. So if I want to do a royale, I can simply do this to point my feet into that direction. And if I want to do a pawn star, I can simply do this, right? And then royale opposite foot would be this. So it's super slow motion. But yeah, you see, right? And the great thing is I've been able to do this with two different controller schemes. I don't know how much Mike said, but so it's still very streamlined. So you still spin on the left stick, you still jump with the right stick like in skate. And so it's super fluid and easy and streamlined. But yet it's super hard to master now, which is great. And then the secondary control scheme, basically, the alternate one it's called now.
I wouldn't even call it streamlined. I'd say it's intuitive. In game,
yeah,
obviously,
it's like,
the name
yeah,
streamlined, but it's just intuitive. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Makes
I think, yeah,
more sense for those who skate, I think.
for sure. But I guess, I mean, the dual stick controls are both is the same for both controller schemes, right? So I'll have to find, I guess, names that sort of explain what it is. The alternate controller scheme is essentially exactly the same, but you spin on the triggers, meaning that your spinning is gone from the left stick. The left stick is now only steering, and that gives you individual control. So it's with the trigger, for example, I can now spin charge. And so what that allows me to do is I can prioritize spinning on and off grinds a lot easier. It's also harder to play, but it's you essentially it's always a double-sided coin, essentially. Like, I can spin on the grinds a lot easier now. Yeah, look at
It's
that.
so much cleaner. Yeah.
Well, I have to get a clip of that.
The second I played with it, it was just an instant game changer for me.
That was a bit outrageous. Okay, let's get the clip. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely need some landings on that, so it's a bit more fluid in the movement still. Nice. I'm okay. It's all good. Yep. Flips to grinds. Yes, so the controller scheme at the moment allows really anything. I haven't really found any limitations with it. So let me see if I can get a perfect transition here. Oh wait, I actually prefer a streamlined controller scheme. And let me also do the balance. Let's make it a bit difficult. Let's do a backflip to porn star. Oh, and balance it. Ooh. Yeah, you're actually also really tilting on the grinds now. So it looks a bit more realistic. Let me see if I can do maybe a soul grind.
After our chat
Show
the
you
other
that.
day.
Yeah, Mike, yeah. It was
Yeah,
after
yeah,
our
yeah.
chat. I've implemented it.
See,
Not every grind has the animation yet, but some do.
This is how quick he's implementing stuff, guys. We had a chat about that just the other day. Literally, I think the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
It might have even been yesterday, in fact.
So yeah, here you can see
Early
on
in
the
the morning.
grind. Here you can see a lot better.
And that was from our chat. Yeah, that was from our chat and in your stream, Eric. I had to throw that at him. It's just so clean.
Oh god.
But
Oh yeah, and like the
you
controller
nailed
scheme
it.
as well. This will be, of course, optional if you want to turn that stick UI on. But the stick UI will also tell you if you input a false or an invalid input. So let's say there's not a grind applied to this, then it will shine up red and it will tell you that you sort of missed the input. Let's do it. Oh god. Ouch.
Bit of an overflip.
Yeah, first person camera has also improved.
Whiplash.
Oh god. Can I do a single decent grind in first person? I mean, nah, I can't even hit it. All right, let's do a cope grind. Come on. Ooh. Oh. Let's go. Backflip. Ooh. Heel roll. And ooh. Let's go.
Very clean, very clean.
God. I'm okay.
I think everybody's liking
Right.
it.
What did I miss?
Everybody's liking it. Everybody's liking it.
Yeah, was it entertaining? Hopefully.
Are you not entertained?
Well, the thing I hope with the game is it's one of these things that I think I'll try and do with all my projects. It's a technique I use, but it's also something I strive for because I think every game would benefit of it. But I hope that the game is fun to watch. Obviously, it's the most important that it's fun to play. But I think if you make a game that's fun to watch, then that is something that adds to the marketability, of course, and stuff, right? So hoping that the game will. I'm definitely striving for a pretty good visual fidelity, like in the movement, because obviously I know, like texture-wise, like I'm always stylizing my games a little bit, even though I go a bit more for realism. But I think when it comes to the movement, I'm hoping that I get somewhat close to. I think someone recently said that they didn't follow me, 'cause, like they followed me after the third post. I don't know if you're in this chat here, maybe that person, or if he's definitely in the Discord now, I think. But it was an Instagram message. He said, "I saw your third video now, and I've been wanting a game like this for like forever, since Aggressive Inline." And he said it's only on the third video that I realized it's a game, because he like sort of just swiped past it, right? He didn't watch every video very long, so I was like, oh, hell yeah. But I was also like, well, I kind of need people to know it's a game. I don't want to get in a position where people just think they're watching someone inline skate.
Depending on how long you're keeping this up for, should I send another ping out in general? See if there's, because I've just noticed a couple of people are coming in and they didn't know that this was happening.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Bitcoin was coming and he said, who was going to tell me about this?
yeah, for sure. I can do a little bit longer. How does flips different axes work on the controller? Each joystick spins in different axes. No, so the spinning and flipping is done with the left stick. The right stick is for jumping. But that is the streamline controls. You can also switch to the alternate controls, which split up the spinning and the flipping so that the flipping is only on the left stick and the spinning is on the triggers. So that is sort of up to your own liking at that point, but that does split them up. Can we get moonwalking emotes? I'm not sure. I'm not really thinking about emotes right now. At the moment, I'm just trying to be authentic to the aggressive inline sport. Hardcore mode. Eric, yes. Yeah. I think I have a few ideas now for settings. The first setting, well, one of the settings I have, let me just quickly go here. One of the settings, ignore these. These will most likely be in, but they don't work at the moment. I think settings I will have is like an easy, normal, and hardcore mode. And then individual settings that you can sort of create your own experience. I will have settings like grind magnet, like how much you're being pulled to a rail. I will have settings like requires balance. So do you want to balance while you're on a rail, or do you never want to balance? Then I will also most likely have a slider for the balance as to like from 1 to 3 how difficult and forgiving you want the balance to be. 1 being like you have to balance, but it's like very little counter steering. And then I'll have like 3 out of 3 is like, oh my god, this is like a nightmare. You can make it really difficult. And then maybe sliders for how forgiving do you want the landing to be? Like, do you want to fall if you're not landing perfectly straight or fakey? Stuff like that, So I think the game will definitely not lack difficulty with that. I'm doing no balance so I can force my character to have bad form like in VR. I've been kind of wondering about this for a lot of developers. What has been the hardest thing to overcome to create during the process of making this game? Could be the most time-consuming bit or just the most annoying to add in. I really hope this gets seen. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess yeah, it got seen. So the most difficult thing. I think the most difficult thing was getting the grinding right. I think with the latest community feedback and a lot of the comments that I got, it helped me go in that direction. That, for example, on the roll also did with the dual stick grind controls, which I think is a really good idea in and of itself. So definitely, I've said it before. Whatever you think of on a roll, that game, without it existing, we wouldn't be here most likely. So credit where credit is due. And I think the dual stick controls is definitely something that, that has a huge effect now on my game because I'm doing that as well, right? So it's definitely the grinding, I think, is definitely the thing that was the biggest headache over the last year, I want to say. Because if I'm telling you how many times I've redone controller schemes and everything, this is by far the most, like, the game starts to feel ready, like it starts to feel ready. Which is a really good sign, with early access later this year. It is a very important milestone to get to say controller scheme is locked, So controller scheme, I would say, plus grinding, that was the biggest headaches. How have you been lately? Thanks, Topher. I've been good, man. I've been finding the work-life balance a lot more, taking daily walks. I don't have my knee issue anymore. That's all healed up. For those who don't know, I worked on my first game so much that I just sat 24/7 for 2 years in a row. And I basically ripped a bit of my knee out and I had to get it operated. And because I prioritized my first game, I lost a piece of my knee that I will never get back. And fair to say, I have learned my lesson. But yeah, I have work-life balance now, which is good. Let's wait until early access comes out, though. Yeah, no, but I've been good. I've been good.
Sorry, it's the perfect time to insert this. But I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh yeah. Do you have a hero story too?
No, that's from Skyrim. That's just like
Oh,
those who know will
gosh.
know. That is just
Right,
embedded
right.
in my brain.
It sounded almost too big. I was like, wait, that has to be from somewhere. What did you do with the
Iron?
coping grinds now that we have 2 sticks? Is it still a modifier? Yes, it is still a modifier, Eric. That's for good reason though, because like you want to steer, I think. And also you want to be able to jump and then go into a coping grind, so that modifier, which is LB, still makes the most sense. I will try something possibly though, for when you're not jumping, to not maybe use a modifier or need it. I'm not sure yet, but I think that's a forgiving bit to do a modifier there, because I think a lot of games, even like Session and Skate, they're trying to do it dynamically, and I mean you can just tell it doesn't feel good, you know. So a modifier, the thing is, like, you really almost never use a modifier now, only for coke grinds, for example, or like if you want to transfer a pipe or something. So it's really minimal now that you need to use it. But when you use it, it's like really you're being intentional with it, and I think that's a good reason to use it if you're telling the game intent. That way, I think a modifier is always better than not having it, but then getting false positives half the time you're playing. You know, I think that's more annoying than a modifier, if that makes sense. Like, you never want to go in a coke grind if you didn't want to go into a coke grind, right? Or I guess vice versa. You always, if you want to go in a coke grind, 100% of the time you want to go into a coke grind. Paddles? Oh, you mean paddles on the controller? What do you mean? I straight up went to like racing pedals. Unless you mean that. Actually, I guess kind of interesting, couldn't it?
Golf controller layout. We're getting competitive now, boys.
Uh,
We're gonna bring back Call of Duty trick shot. It's gonna be sick.
will there be different skate brands? I see you chose them goods. The skates in my game are actually not them skates. They are inspired by a few brands. I guess I can see there's them skate similarity for sure. I do have them skates as well, but I've made sure to hopefully not copyright anyone here. And there will be different types of skates as well in the game. I'll probably have to get like some legal advice there, just so I make sure I don't step on any lines or any toes of any brands. But I don't think I will do real brands, because it's the same thing. Every brand probably comes with a contract, comes with responsibility, comes with limitations. Like, you know, we only make our skates in 3 colors, and that's the only colors you'll be able to set them to in the game. Or otherwise, I'm not sure. I'm completely presumptuous. I haven't had a conversation in depth like that yet, but that's how I think it would probably go. And they would be in all their right to have those limitations, because if I made a real life skate, I would probably want the real colors that I actually sell to be in the game, you know? So I think fake blades, yeah, Eric, fake blades in the game, and then modders can do whatever the hell they want, you know? I think real brands, the only thing I would be open to in regards to real brands in the game is billboards. I mean, you can see the map here. I want to add some billboards on the left, on the right, on the back walls and stuff. I think that can represent the culture maybe a bit with brands or clothing brands or whatever, whoever wants to be featured in the game, or sponsors. You know, I'm sure the game can use its money on the way to, you know, if it makes it to console. I don't know yet. Again, it's not guaranteed, but you know, if there's any way like this, you know, sponsors maybe could be useful. I'm not sure, but that's, you know, maybe a decorative element to the maps that could be quite interesting. So long as it fits with the art style. Your logo still has to look good. Let's see, what did I miss? Any UK street spots in the full game? I used to skate London loads back in the 90s. These. What's that? Hell yeah. Kushti, I'm not sure about real life spots yet. Simply because of legality of stuff. I know for a fact I can't just recreate a spot in London if it's like very iconic. I would have to naturally change it a bit, and to know the differences in what do I have to change, I would probably again need legal advice. So at the moment, I'm just doing like fictional stuff. To be honest, that looks fun to skate. I mean, this park is also not a real park, so I'm gonna do some street style spots as well. I think the next map I'll make is hopefully a bit more street style. But I'm keeping my way off of like real life things at the moment. As for all brands, and as a solo dev, I can't afford a lawsuit, you know. So it just makes sense for me to just stay away from that for now. Like I'm taking inspiration from real life spaces, right? I want every space to look somewhat realistic. That's not to say anything will look arcade by the time it's done, but yeah. Does buying rooftops and alleys help support you right now? Bodhi, yes. I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, that's my game. That's money that goes into my next games. You know, it also still goes into rooftops and alleys as I'm still working on that as well. So, but yeah, no pressure, no pressure. But yeah, I guess buying my first game is like the closest thing to I guess supporting me financially. But no, yeah, don't feel any need if you. It's all good. Appreciate you though. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play it, hell yeah, get to it. Yeah, but just be aware it's like a lot more arcadey than this game. That's for sure. It's still like very hard to master. Like you'll have a very high skill
It's
ceiling.
easy to get into and hard to master.
Yeah,
That is
it has
our
the same
motto.
it has the same approach, but like a very different gameplay feeling, basically. All right. Will spinning be infinite if you have the air to do it? Can you? Yeah. Spinning will be infinite. Yeah. So long as you hold the input. So if a modder builds a map that has like a huge ramp, like both spinning and flipping will be infinite, so long as they can fit within your jump time. I can maybe make it so spinning becomes a little less fast the longer you fall, but that's already sort of the case. I would have to see. But yeah, I mean, you can do, you know, if a model makes a crazy map, you'll be able to ride crazy, you know.
It rides so well on a custom. Excuse the holy voice break there. It rides so well on custom maps. I can confirm this, gentlemen. If you want to check your inbox, Michael, there is a little something for you to just
Oh, did
quick
you? Oh, sorry.
judge over on me. If you want to look at that, absolutely fine. If you think we should save that for a later date, that's completely chill. But it did just naturally look good. It just naturally looks good. It works. I imported that bitch in. I loaded in. I spawned in, and it was riding so clean. Testers, when early access opens, killer beats.
You can stream that clip if you want.
Yeah?
So long as everyone, just a disclaimer: this is not official gameplay. This is not official map from the game. If this is recorded and someone's watching this back, just know this is a mod map. That's all my disclaimer.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I just want to avoid any discussion of like, why is this map not in early access? I paid for it. That's I just need to make sure I have a lot of disclaimers moving forward.
I'll do it through virtual cam. So that those that are on mobile, it just appears for them. Maybe not. I might have to send it
Let's
in the
see, what
side
did I
chat.
miss here? Let me check the messages.
I might have to post it in the side chat. Give me a sec, guys. Clip channel. Okay. No, it's not working. I don't know why. Work.
Kalabits, if you mention R3 one more time, I'm going to fight you.
Sorry if I'm taking too long, guys. It just doesn't want to work. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not working. Apparently I haven't enabled the permissions for this chat. So Michael, do me
Kalabits,
a
R3
favor.
is just a pain in my soul. All right, my thumb, my thumb just can't handle it.
Michael, do me a favor here. Go to the dev stage, right click the channel, edit channel, permissions, and then click the administrator role.
Wait, what? Huh? What? Where?
I'm not already there. I can't share my screen in here.
Oh, really?
Don't know why.
Tell me, what do I do?
Hang on. Let me add it from. No, I just can't. I can't share my screen. I don't know why. But if you right-click the channel, you can go to permissions. You can click add, and then administrator, and then select video permissions. But I should have video permissions for this channel.
You should, yeah.
Administrator rolled. I don't understand it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna send it in the side chat, so that those who want to check it out can check it out. It's gonna be in there for a limited time. You check it out. It's gonna be gone when this dev stage ends. It's loading in. But yeah, I don't know. I've never had that before.
Seb, how dare you? Yeah, to be fair, I mean, for the size of the mod map, like it's pretty small as well. I'm
just
really happy
worked,
that my
bro.
landing prediction works on it.
It just worked. I
Yeah.
just imported it. That was within 2 minutes of me importing it. I got those clips. I wasn't on there long at all. It's just easily done. Do you know what I mean? Like it really did just work. Think I've managed to sort out a virtual camera here.
And so for anyone wondering and watching this video, so if you're a modder, you can see how easy Mike had it here. Like the only thing that he would be missing now is what I will give you all on launch, which is a hopefully just a, I guess I'll do like a UE5 project with the grind spline in, which is just a bit of code and splines that you can place on your maps so that you can basically prepare mods. If modding becomes a thing, of course, which I'm pretty sure it will, you'll be able to use that project. Yeah, still a lot of manual work. I mean, modding is still a lot of work, right? So be prepared to like lay out a lot of splines. It's gonna be tough. Also to get it right, you'll have to play test a lot. It'll be a bit painful, but it'll give you the best gameplay experience when they are placed correctly.
I don't know why it's not working. I'm having major technical difficulties today. Strangeness, indeed.
Yeah, Bodhi. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's cool to make a game like this because yeah, I've always thought that as well. Like, there's been so many like skating, biking, scooting games. Like, surely there's a lot of mods that people already want to port over, sort of.
Nah. I don't know why. OBS is smelling today. Well, you can always see the cliff up there, so you can see how smooth it rides. And those that map took me a total of maybe a couple of hours to fully like fledge out the ramps that you see me riding. And I'm by no means as good at the game as some of you will get, and as good at the game as Michael is or whoever else. I'm not the best at the game. Bear that in mind. And I was able to hit some pretty sick shit pretty easily without struggling to kind of land back on the ramp or anything. I hit quite a few different transitions onto different angled surfaces, and I found that it was actually I didn't even really have to make any adjustments. The only adjustments I did make were for the outer rim. I just hired it, just raised it a little bit by a couple of inches, and the upper level of the map, so that the ramps kind of had a bit more of an upwards trajectory to see if I could get a bit more height. But yeah, it's very, very easily for you to yourself mod a map in. You could probably even find, like, I've seen hundreds of free models of skate parks and skate ramps, like modular ramp assets that you guys could just download onto your PC if you use Blender or even just Unreal Engine 5 when the game launches. you could get their engine build and just make your own maps within a couple of hours. You could probably get something in the game that's ready for you to trial and test. Do you know what I mean? It's very easy. And DMG's in here too. He's spoken about doing modding guides when the game's out and such. So there will be there won't be a deficiency in modding knowledge when it comes to this game. It will all be put on the table for you guys. Anybody that has like modded RNA will probably be able to help you out as well, because it is it's pretty much an identical process with different names on the files. So damn, that's clean. Hey. He's getting steezy with it.
Oh god.
Oh, you nearly hit the stool though. That would have been so clean if you would have just hit that. You're leaking too much of the physics here. They're knowing too much.
I'm getting techie now. Oh god, the balance. Too much. Come on. No. Ouch. My ankles. Oh, never mind my ankles. Right, let's turn around. Yeah. Right, that's enough gameplay. Otherwise, everything will be clipped and people will be sick by it. Gotta keep it exclusive.
You found the lock and key.
Oh, what did I do with my window? Whoops. Right, what did I miss from the chat? Wow, those test slides. Hell yeah. The rectals look great. Thank you. Wall rides. Yeah, sort of at the moment, right? Sort of. You can ride walls, but like jumping onto a wall and then wall riding is currently pretty difficult because it's purely physics based. I'll try out some tricks there though. What's the CES slide input? I can tell you, but it's probably going to change pretty soon because it's still the old one. So Killer Beats, the current one is holding both shoulder buttons and then the right stick down, which is outdated by now. I think there's a better way of doing it because there's, I believe, a lot of CES slides, right, that you can do. Oh, nope. Never mind, it's gone. I thought someone wanted to talk on stage. Can we CES slide every trick? Bodhi, do you mean every like sort of grind in a CES slide? At the moment, there's really just the Royale CES slide. There's literally none other. But considering we have dual stick controls now, I think there's something to be done here. Which sounds pretty tasty in my head because I'm like, oh, dual stick CES slides. Let's go. Just have it the same inputs, right? Maybe, I mean, we need one modifier for it. Let's be honest. One modifier is required for a CES slide. But yeah, dual stick, if you can really do every grind, I'm not sure how it would look like, but I mean, if you can show me every single grind in the CES slide, I'll do it. May I please be a head mod administrator?
No, we're gonna have to get back to you on that one. We're gonna have to get back to you on that one, mate. We're gonna have to contact the skater council of rollout.
I mean, the honest answer to this is you don't have to ask me. I didn't ask anyone. Learn to make games and you can be anything you want.
Yeah.
You can make your own Discord, your own game, get some people interested in it. You're the
DJ
boss.
Khaled. Turn into DJ Khaled. Do one of them inspirational speeches. That's what you got to do. Every dev stage, you got to bust out into an inspirational speech.
Are you able to do grabbed and ungrabbed grinds? Backslides and fish brains. No, at the moment not. At the moment it's really just the dual sticks are just for the feet. Balancing is already done on the triggers. Don't really know what I would do for variants like grabbed and ungrabbed. Could be with the
Can you
bumpers, but it gets
flip to
really,
grind?
really a little much at that point.
Can you flip to grind like Eric Michael
Hmm.
or Mikhail?
There's room on the sticks though. Like I think, for example, a right foot Macchio fish brain would be right stick up on a grind. I could do it like right stick diagonally right up for the grab variant, if you're okay with that. Because like there's a lot of inputs free at the moment, right? So I could define them like that. So I'd be happy to do that. There's a whole ton of control left on the grind still on the dual stick. So like I've only just like did half of the inputs and already have all the core grinds, known grinds, like pretty much figured out. As Macchio, Savannah, Soul, Acid, full torque, front torque, backslide, front torque, Macchio. I don't have putt slide at the moment, but I could add that again with the same mentality of like maybe diagonal input and fast slide. Same for that one, yeah. Soyal is a soul variant. Soyal is just is Soyal not an alley-oop royale? Or am I wrong? Is that just a naming thing that needs to change? Alley-oop talk soul. Oh, yeah. Wait. Did I get something confused again? Alley-oop talk soul is Soyal. Okay. Oh, yes, Soyal. So, yeah, never mind. Soyal, I got it confused because of Royale. Never mind. It's a lot. We know it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Listen, if these naming conventions made any sense, what is a Soyal? Well, I don't know. Rhymes with Royale. Probably a fake variant. No, 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 no. We're gonna do it. The one thing that does not make sense. Oh my god. Oh, I love it though. It's so much fun. Like as soon as I understood like a lot of the grinding names, like I just have so much fun just watching people blade now, because I just know what I'm looking at. It's so much fun. Once you're learning it, it's a shitty thing to learn. I'll admit, because learning something that doesn't make sense and is essentially just you have to learn it by sort of you have to just learn the words. Like there's not a lot of logic to it other than it's not everything is reasoned with logic when it comes to the naming convention, which is it's almost like a secret language. The entire blading like naming convention is like a secret language, I find, at least. Um, yeah, made by stone teenagers. Yeah, I mean, yeah. To this day, I don't know where the fuck Pornstar came from. Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's one of my favorite games and grinds in my game. And just in general. But yeah, I've been wondering that same thing every time I do a porn star grind. It's also I like the name for it, but it's also I hate it now that I'm a game developer. Now that I'm a game developer, because now I already have to call it P star. Just like so. I mean, yeah, obviously I can't call it porn star in a game because otherwise platforms
I
will
would
go
just
nuts.
change the name to PAWN.
P star is it called? Yeah,
Porn star.
porn star.
Or
Porn star would
prawn.
actually be very
What
funny.
about prawn star?
Yeah, P Star is
Barbecue
like the
prawn
usual
star.
one. I think P Star is actually no. I think On a Roll still had Porn Star, was it not? Or am I wrong? Did On a Roll already? I think On a Roll had Porn Star still. Yeah. On a Roll. That was their first mistake. That's why they didn't come out on console. I'm joking. Honestly, not too unlikely though. But that would have become a problem. Yeah, no hate. I'm just joking. But yeah, no. Something like, for example, if if you release a game on console and you have anything, say Pawn Star, there you go. Your entire age rating is now 18 plus. Like, it's so unnecessary. Just change it to P Star, and now everyone can play the game. That's just how the world works. I did read a lot about, though. I think once I learned about the naming conventions on grinds, I think a year ago I started properly looking into it. There's a lot of people that were upset by the name changes, and I was like, well, I think it was only adjusted for the general media, or for, like, I think competitions that they renamed it P Star or something. Which, I mean, it makes sense. If a program is, I guess, running at 8 p.m. on the X Games. Aggressive inline, skipped alley-oop and true spin for C. What? Really? What is that supposed to be? CCW and CC. What? Oh, right. Oh, I'm an idiot. Of course. Honestly, that makes so much more sense. Wait, so are you saying... No, but see, clockwise and counterclockwise would be factual, and it would be consistent, right? Is true spin and alley-oop consistent, though? Or is it in reference to how you're approaching the rail? Like frontside, backside? Because there's a few things that still confuse me to this day. And I feel like we should maybe not do a dev stage, but a call with... I'm happy, actually, if we can find some bladers in real life who are very confident in their knowledge. I'd be more than open to having a call where you all are educating me about how blading works a bit more, because there's a few things that still make my brain smoke, and it has a lot to do with alley-oop, true spin, in spin, out spin, these sort of things. I don't know how much the naming convention in the game will represent these things. All I know is, I know that for sure is, like, I can't make challenges based on those things, because I can't assume that anyone who doesn't play it knows what that is. But I at least want to know what it is so I can name it appropriately in the game, ideally. You did a podcast on all of them. Oh, okay. I'll check that out.
Right. Give us a bit of entertainment quick. I've managed to get my fucking thingy working, so I should be able to pull this up. If anybody did just want to review over the clip again, I'm gonna pull it up on my screen, and I'm gonna go rollout. I just gotta find it and drag it back into my thingy. Give me 2 seconds, people. I think I asked earlier, but now that Michael's here, what is everybody's favorite trick to do? Like, if you're a skater in here, what is your, like, category? Let's go for categories. Grind, and then flat ground, and ramp star.
Also made me
Cruise
think,
fit,
actually,
so
now, if Mike asks,
any grind.
if Mike asks what's your favorite trick to do, I think it's quite interesting that everyone would respond with a grind. Because nowadays I feel like it's a lot more about grinding. Back in the day, it was so much more about verticality.
All right.
Like, it doesn't even, it's not even a question, right? Like, everyone I feel like nowadays would answer with the grind, straight up.
I've got my virtual webcam on, so my screen is open. It's flipped on the x-axis for you guys, but should just look just as
What
smooth.
if I can land and not eat shit
And
all the
I'm terrible. Yeah, I just read that. But so these ramps here took me. This is just one ramp, obviously copy and pasted. Took me a total of 2 minutes, and it flowed so smooth that I was riding this track for about an hour after, and I didn't even work on it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a low quality bit rate, but you just see how clean I cleared that spine. Like, that's just minimal effort.
One
Like
thing
a
that I
pro.
promise no one will ever notice or thank, not just me, like any developer who's ever done this. I can promise you that no developer ever gets noticed for good transition. Well, I think people nowadays will notice good transition physics in games, or in other terms, they will notice if it's shit. But if it's good, it's the game agreeing with you. It's like happening what you want it to happen. I was really happy when Mike showed me this clip, because if I tell you for the past year how much I had to study physics, because it is a physics-based game, but don't be fooled. There is, as soon as Mike is airborne after this quarter pipe, the math that is going on, you have no idea.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's
I
a
am
physics
correcting you
representation.
in a way that makes the landing ideal without you ever, hopefully, never noticing. And the math
It
behind
doesn't
that
feel
is
like it.
so stupid. I will never not have nightmares about it. And it's still one of my favorite things to get right, because, oh my God, when you get it right, I don't think there's anything more satisfying than having good transitions.
It's
As
just
much as I love
effortless
doing
as
grinds
well.
in the game, if I get a good transition, I'm like, oh, yes.
You can
The math
tell
is mathing.
physics are good, right? I've modded another Unreal Engine skate park game. I won't mention it because I don't want to I don't want to shit on it at all.
Yeah,
But the
no
it was
shame on any games. Yeah.
supposed to be physics based, and when I modded a map in and I was playing on it, I just did not get the feel or the feedback from playing it that I did from this. And this is very early on. Bear in mind, guys, this is maybe a week ago, maybe what, 2 weeks ago. Like these clips here are not like brand spanking new. So it's even been polished up since these clips have been taken. So for this to look this smooth at this stage, I can only like
Yeah, I
I'm
guess to get
only
you hyped
excited
up,
for how it gets.
we can always say to get you hyped up even more is like anything that you see up to release is the worst it will ever be, right?
Yeah.
It's like people talking about the stupid AI. It's like, oh, it's as bad as it will ever be now. Imagine what it would be in a year. In the most positive sense, you can think about this about the game, right? It's like you will always the moment you see it is this is as bad as it will ever be. Next time you'll see it, it's better. Next time you'll see it, it's better. By the time it releases, it's better. Like so, the transition physics also they will be massively improved still. They are really good. I'm really happy with them at the moment, but I have infinite amount of ideas as to how to improve them still, to allow for more creative maps, to allow for better transition still. But yeah, fair to say I was really happy that again the math was mathing on the first mod map here from Mike.
This right here is my favorite. I must have hit this line damn near identical for a solid 20 minutes. I was just going at it with this exact line. And you'll see why. I was really getting a feedback on the transition, but also the free flipping at the end. When I come out of it, you guys can see I'm very much picking where my feet are going. Like I'm pushing it in that direction. I'm spinning my character as if to get my like. It took me a while to land that. Do you know what I mean? And I remember Killer talking about this in the last dev stage. He likes it when, and Eric also said this. It's good when a game when you naturally fail at a game, because you could take Tony Hawk, who has been skating his whole entire life, and you could put him on a ramp, and occasionally, granted not all the time, but occasionally you will see this man fall, and that is a natural part of of any sport. I feel like, do you know what I mean? Like whether you're riding a skateboard, a scooter, a bike, a BMX, or skates in this case. You know what I mean? Like it is just a fundamental part of having wheels under your feet. It's going to happen. So for that to happen naturally in a game, down to your mistake, it gives you it's a feeling that you are trying to land your trick. So it's not just giving it to you. Do you know what I mean? It's not feeding it to you spoon fed on a golden plate with a platter under it. It's just you have to work for it in a lot of tricky situations, which is good. But you can also streamline the game in your own way. If you once you get used to the controls, I think once you guys are in here, it's going to be the best time for development, because you guys will be able to give your actual feedback on how the control scheme feels. But you will see in this clip here that I have on my screen how smooth the transition was over the. It's not even really a spine. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a little box. The transition over the middle into the flip out. You'll just see how clean it is. I'll stop talking now. I'll stop rambling. But check this out. I come out of it, little steez, and then bam, I was pushing him to rotate to get his feet down. It wasn't just like he did that. Okay, it's hard to do, but watch my sticks. If you pay attention to the sticks, I'm rotating him. You see what I mean? I'm spinning him with my left. I'm pushing him with my right, or the other way around. And it's maneuvering. It's feedback. I'm feeling my character react to my input, and that's intuitive. I feel like that's what a lot of gamers chase in this type of game. So it's just satisfaction. This clip here is my favorite, and I want to make this into
Oh, wait,
a
quick
little
question,
GIF.
Mike, because
Yeah.
I haven't asked you this yet. You have a coping there, right?
Yeah. I didn't
Does
get
that
the
have
spline on it.
collision?
I haven't put the spline on it yet.
Yeah, but
So
wait, does
I
this
did
does it have
remove the
collision?
collision. I did remove the
Okay,
collision
okay,
for it.
okay. Because yeah, collision needs to be gone. As at least I thought
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So if you had told me there's collision, I would have been very surprised.
So the way it will work, by the way, guys, I discussed it with Michael, and I've had a dive into the actual spline blueprint. So just a little bit of backdrop without telling you the exact code, obviously, because I don't know the exact code myself. But the way it works, you have a Z offset. So the coping will not be a physical collision mesh unless you're actually grinding it. So it won't look like you're glitching through it. Don't worry, you're not going to be like falling through the coping or anything. But when you hop onto it on the grind, you guys will be able to customize the kind of height of it. It will work better for rails and such. It is really a good system, and it's so early on at this stage that when it gets to the point where you guys have it in your hands, I think it will be really, really streamlined for you guys to get modding. I'm excited to see what you guys get up to.
Yeah, and like the specifically like what Mike mentioned, like giving code away and stuff. So the grind, I've specifically designed the grind with modders in mind, where basically I can give you the grind splines with it without giving, so to speak, code away. I don't have to get you any complex things. I can give you a setup for a very simple spline which has all the elements in it, but the code happens in the character. That means I am free as the developer to just give you a project where I can feel you get everything that you need, and I don't feel like, oh my god, I'm giving like a code away from the game, sort of thing. So it was specifically made so that I can be transparent in sharing the actual spline that is used in the vanilla game, and then that can be used in the project to mod maps, which will make it really accessible.
There's a couple of
Anything
things
else
that
will have the same approach.
I do just want to point out as well. So for those of you who have made maps for other games, I don't know how well any of you have experience for it, but the way that the character pops up these are two separate heights, by the way. They're not massive ledges, but these are two separate heights, and he does bop up on them. Do you know what I mean? So you're not gonna hit like a rock and just fly out either. The physics are so smooth, guys. I can't even really convey it over to you. I just have to keep replaying this clip, and that's the best I can do for you at this stage. But when it's in your hands, I'm excited to see what you guys do with it, because I'm terrible at this game, and I was hitting some pretty gnarly shit.
Yeah, I mean I can, like, speaking about like the conversations that happened in the Discord last week of like there have been a few people that mentioned in the last F stage that like I was able to pull off quite a few things pretty easily without falling. I think it speaks for itself that I fell quite a bit in this dev stage.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that came with its benefits with the new controller scheme now. With a minimum change and yet like an infinitely higher skill ceiling now, I feel very confident that this is now the controller scheme that you will be able to get in touch with once the game launches. I think this is the closest to like finalizing the controller scheme that I've been to so far. Basically, for the game to be ready, like I'm at a position still where the game is at a position where, you know, the typical thing developers say is like the 80% of finished is the quick part of a game. Nailing the last 20% is what takes 10 years, or like, wait, you can make it a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But the 20% is what the time goes into. And so at the moment, for the past few weeks, I have still been at a position where I'm stuck at like 70% or 65%, I want to say, from the gameplay. So what I mean by that is like it's still in a position where I'm not working on the last 20%. I'm still working on, oh my god, I need to make a completely controller scheme change, right? So like it's not refining yet. It's at the moment it's still figuring out core things, but I do think that I'm on track to those 80%. And when I get close to these 20%, and that is to my best of my estimation by later this year, once I enter those 80%, that is when early access will go live, and that is when community feedback will be viable. Well, not viable; it will be crucial to the production. Do you need any QA testers? I've got a lot of experience and would be more than happy to lend a hand if you're looking for extra testers. Kushti, I have a few testers at the moment. I mean, obviously Mike here is one of them. I've known Mike now for a few years, so it's easy for me, you know. Yeah, at the very least now. So, it if I tell you how many requests I get like this, I really want to get like up to release. I want to get more QA testers on, but it's a sensitive topic to talk about publicly, right? Because as soon as I say I'm looking for QA testers, my inboxes will be flooded. Everyone will ask me, you know. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one. I've never even this is my second game. Like with the first game, it was similar, but it's still something that I have struggled with to how to talk about publicly. But it's just a reality of like it's like my games are my babies, right? This is my second baby now. It's like how do you get to a point where you can onboard a QA tester? Truth be told, Mike and I, we have been on together on the journey with my first game. He was also my server administrator. That's how we met. He's now more than a trusted friend. He's just my buddy now. So you know, there's not a doubt in my head that I can trust him, for example, right? But we have, and Mike was a part of this, also had people that they were QA testers and they switched on us, you know. I've gotten, you know, I won't go too much into detail, but you know, some
I would
dark
also
shit from
I would
blackmail
also
to everything. Yeah.
like to throw out there quickly, guys. Technically, me and Michael we are very good friends, yeah. But I am technically also under a NDA, so please don't ask me for any sneak peeks
Oh yeah, don't
past
bother
what
Mike,
I'm
please. Yeah, he will
permitted.
not send you a game version.
It won't
Yeah.
happen. I just it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with any of the other
I
playtesters.
don't want
If you
Mike to
find
get
out
his
who the
inbox
other
rushed out.
playtesters are, they're also under NDAs. So,
Yeah.
yo, Mike, send me the game quick. Yeah, let me just
Same game.
package
Easy, that's
malware.exe and send that to you real
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Stealyourcreditcard.com.
Yeah. No, I think, I mean, look, honestly, every one of my QA testers now, I think 80% of my QA testers are people who I've met through my first game, through the Discord. They were all strangers. You know, it all started the same way it started here. So obviously not everyone can be a QA tester and behind doors. That just doesn't work. That's honestly what also early access is there for. That's the whole point, right? Public playtesting. That's why it's there. But at the same time, you know, it's not to say never. I mean, everyone, like I said, 80% of them are people who I have met through the first Discord I had. So, and the rest is some very specifically chosen creators, YouTubers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, let's see. You know, I'm excited to build this community. I mean, we're getting close to like 900 people now, like not too far from 1,000. You know, Mike and I, we will both make friends. We've already made some new friends here in the Discord, which is great. And I'm sure some of them, you know, may get a chance to test the game sooner or later. But it's a trust that really needs to be
Embedded.
you know,
Embedded is the word.
yeah.
It's the trust
Because
which is
I've
built.
been
It's not
burned
the
in a
trust
bad
which is
way, and
flexed.
it's like a game can, you know, if an early build of a game like this that is moddable and stuff like leaks, it's game over. Like forget about any potential console or PC release. It's over. It's over. Project cancel. You know. At that
Well,
point,
somebody could literally yoink the game and sell it as theirs at that
yeah,
point, all the game assets. You know, it's
yeah,
quite harmful. Just
yeah.
we can't be having it.
Yeah.
Early access is kind of the demo, if you like. Do you know what I mean? Like it gives it not only funds the project where it's had kind of that year where it's just Michael funding the time and the effort into it and the money, where it gives you guys a chance to not just support the project but then give your feedback on it. So it's just a win-win for everybody when early access drops. I like also I feel having been there for Michael's previous game, the build up towards the early access was far, far, far cooler than a lot of kind of just drops that I've ever experienced. Like there was a lot of us in calls before RNA actually came out, and we were all just discussing the game, like similar to how we are now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how we have done in the past few weeks, where we've all jumped in a call and we've just had a chat about the game. We broke it down, and you kind of you get to see the people that are behind this server, but you also get to see the man that's behind the product you guys are looking to get into one day. Do you know what I mean? Like it's this project is something that Michael has personally what's the word, shown me a lot of passion for. Like he's told me so many times that something he's very passionate about, and bringing you guys' feedback on is very important to him. But just please don't try and pester him before early access. It will be worth the wait, and when that day comes of early access and it's kind of had that time to cook in the oven, I think you guys will really see the juices of the fruit.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also, I think those who, the Discord is still young. I mean, we're talking about 2 or 3 weeks now. It's like nothing. It's just started, right? We're still building our community. I already start seeing, like names a bit more regularly, which is a really great sign. That's usually how trust is built. The most active members in the Discord is usually the ones that are building that Mike and I mean, from experience, like we've built a closer relationship with, and I think it's those people who have also, the more you're around a person, the more you trust them. It's normal, right? It's whether you're on a Discord or in real life. So I think, for example, when early access for my first game came out, as soon as the game is available to buy publicly, then that sort of alleviates the risk a little bit, because I think it's a different thing. Like now, for example, right, where you cannot get the game legally right now, or like officially, right? So if a game leaks prior to even an early access, then if the only version of the game you can play is through a legal means, through a leak, for example, then that's a dangerous position to be in, because then even your supporters will get that version, right? So I think once early access is out, I'll be a bit more open to maybe, for those who are really active, really passionate community members by that point later this year, like I'm sure I will have gotten to know some of you a lot better. And that's, I think, where during early access up to 1.0, I think that's usually how, me and Mike, we meet people a bit more closely. And we're like, oh, this person here in the Discord, he has been active, she has been active, since day one. Like, we trust this person. Like, should we get him or her on maybe, for the beta during early access? Because obviously also during early access, I'll be working on updates, and before they go live on the branch on Steam, there will have to be testers, right? So I think it's the same with my prior game. That's when you can kind of see the trusted community members getting some extra behind the scenes, involvement. I'm not too loud in the Discord until I get the product in my hands. I will be modeling some things in Blender for now. Yeah, I think a lot of people are like you. I think it's completely normal as well. I think even me personally, I'm very reserved. As a developer, I'm very active and I love talking to the community. But as a gamer, if I'm a fan from a game, I'm not the most vocal person necessarily. I'm always like the quiet onlooker, from afar, until I've played a project. So I fully understand you.
I'm trying to clear this rail next. I'm just looking at this. I'm definitely going to try clear this rail. And when I get a spline on it, I'm grinding this.
Oh yeah, hopefully I did the switch up some a good service. Animations still need some work for the switch ups, but yeah, I did my best. I will be. Give me 1 minute. We'll be right back. Then I think I'll take a few more questions, but then I think it's a good point to cut it. So if you have some more questions, note them down. I'll be right back.
Stinky. No way. Never have dropped the fucking OG reference. That's lore. Yeah, this clip, man. This clip. I've watched it like 100 times. It's so clean. This one as well. This was really satisfying to hit. I had to hit this a couple times. Boom. I love the way his knees take the impact as well. Like I've been from our chat in your stream, Eric. I've been really like talking to Michael about the leaning and such. I sent him like a screenshot, different breakdowns of you grinding on your stream, and like with arrows of the direction he was shifting his weight. So all the knees exactly, bro. Wow, and the way he like thuds into it, it's just so cool, man. Boom. It's clean. There's nothing more you can really say. Like I'm excited for the release and I'm on the beta, so when you guys actually get around to playing it, it's gonna be sick. The mods as well. I want to see what people are modding in. I want to see what I've seen a couple of people in here that like I know are modders and probably go a bit ham with it. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys do. In fact, let's see what you guys are you guys looking forward to most out of the modding scene. The 90s stuff, yeah, that's gonna be sick. That's gonna be sick. OG K2s. I'll have to look them up in a minute. Doom in Royal. Tofa. I mean, it's my gear. Yeah, that's a good point. That's valid, dog. Session and XL ports. Popping an infinite void. Session and XL ports will be really possible if you can get the models 100%. And Session's UE4, so you can just extract it with U model. You get all the models and shit. If you want to like port the maps, but I'd recommend trying to get like permission off them. I don't know what the developers are like if they'll try and sue your ass. Street maps, yeah, street maps, 100%. Big kink rail map. Yeah, I had the idea the other day when I actually modded this in. I was like, I have to make just like an infinite rail, which just goes down infinitely, and you just go through all the grinds on it. I was even thinking as well, when the game releases, I might mod some sparks so that when you're actually on a rail, you get like some sparks and stuff coming up. It'd be sick. Clothes you've made so far have been getting good reactions, so look forward to seeing them in clips with them. Street maps will be what I'm making too. Yeah. Street maps will be well. This is a kind of just a park that's close to my heart, which is the reason I did this. But mostly, I do like the urban feel. Like I live in the middle of a fairly large city, so it's that urban feel I can relate to. Just street skating is fire. It's fire. I used to ride a 8.5 board, which isn't the most ideal for street skating, but I did used to ride a little street back in the day. My local is ass, so I'm not making it. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. The closest skate park to me is probably ass, but I just went with that. Vert ramps. I asked them all what they're looking forward to most out of the mod scene, and it seems the parks are like gonna be the most hype. And I would honestly agree. Like, if you guys build yourselves like your own little modding kit, so you kind of make yourself like an example project which has the file structure, your own materials in there, and master materials and such which you can change through. You could make some pretty gnarly maps, pretty with modular pieces as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could get techie with it. I've seen a lot of people do that in the streets community as well.
Yeah, I was wondering if I should like
We
some
got noise
people
in
have
here
been
too.
commenting if I should sorry, what were you saying?
We had noise in here too, who's like a skate guy, but I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, right. Yeah, all good. Yeah, Lucid, yeah, you can rock these ones, yeah. I was thinking, because some people have been asking me if I'll do, like mostly on social media, to be honest, but Like if I do devlogs and stuff on the process. To be honest, I don't know if there's anyone in here who's interested in that, but I don't really have the time. It's the same with my prior game. It's like it's so intensive as a solo dev to work, especially because I am working on 2 games at the moment. It's yeah, there's just being on camera, doing a YouTube channel. I've tried this once. I do still have that YouTube channel, but I haven't uploaded in a while. So devlogs is just a whole different thing that I would have to allocate a lot of time for. But on release, especially when it comes to modding, I think one thing I'm really kind of sort of interested in would be to do like tutorials, I suppose. So I feel like it would be kind of fun if the dev like gets involved in like, hey, here's how you do a
You know
master
what you should?
material for
Do you know
modern
what would
maps,
be
you know?
cool? You could do like a dev series where the dev tries to make mods for his own game, and like how's
Yeah, yeah.
or DMG could walk you through like
Well,
the mod.
can I ever
It's
make a
funny.
mod because I'm biased? I have all the
Yeah,
knowledge. Like
no,
I
100%,
can never be a modder, right?
100%,
Because
dude.
I'll never
No,
have to guess.
100%, 100%. Because I bet if we stuck you in Unreal right now and told you to make a mod, you would fucking fail. You might be a dev boy, but modding is our category, all right? So I genuinely, I want to see that video. I need to see that video. I need to be there to see that video, because that when you get a cook error when you're trying to package a dummy material or something that has something in it that you need that's in your map, and there's a whole lot of referencing going on, and it something referencing your cook so it can't cook properly, and you just hear that that scream that Unreal does at you when it fails, you will cry. And I'm sure you've had it as a developer, but you're going to be it's like starting over as a developer. It's a different process. You'll have a lot of knowledge in the blueprints and such, but then I think you targeting that into your own character might throw you off with the dummy in and such. It's just a little bit of a different ball game. Like I can mod all day, but developing, hell no. Yeah, I'm a struggle with that one. You got the brain for it though. I genuinely think with the right guidance, like Houseoid or DMG, you could definitely mod your game. It would just be a bit of entertainment for the people as well if you did like. I think we spoke about it before as well. Playing modded
Oh
maps
shit, I was muted.
on a
Sorry.
video. Oh, you
I
sound.
was just saying. I think the reason I've not become a modder is because I was drawn to development. Which I mean,
Yeah.
both can still be very close, right? I mean, there's modders and there's modders. You know, there's cosmetic modders and there's like programming modders, sort of, you know, who do like
Well, the difference is
like
the
a bit more on
desire, right?
that side. Yeah,
The
yeah. I
difference
think
is
for
in
me,
the
it's like I
desire.
always want to. Yeah, I don't know.
You want
I
to
think
make the
modding is
system like
like,
you play a
yeah, I
game
want
and
to make the thing that
you
people
want to
mod. You
make
know.
what it doesn't have. Whereas
Yeah.
people like modders like myself or Lucid or Houseoid or any other modders in the chat here, it's like I've same with previous game. I hate bringing it up constantly, but it's like RNA is one of those games where I've like fell into modding it. I wasn't intentionally planning on getting into any form of Unreal, and I was like, fuck it, it'd be cool just to make a little map. And then next thing you know, 2 years down the line, I hadn't closed Unreal and my PC's screaming at me. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it
Well, the
hooks
thing is, I
people
think
in.
I don't like any game enough to get over the barrier of entry of learning to
Yeah.
mod.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, not like to hate games. There's a lot of games that I fucking love, right? But I think
Yeah.
I love the idea of making a game that I would like to love more
What's the
than,
restrictions
you
as
know,
well? You're
yeah.
quite
Like
restricted
I
with
prefer
mods,
making a
right?
game that I want to have that doesn't exist over
Yeah.
modding an existing game, sort of.
No, it's absolutely fair. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a different passion. You have a passion. You have a passion for wanting to make the thing, and we have a passion for wanting to make things for something we love. Do you know what I mean? So
Oh,
it's like two different categories, but they coincide in certain fields. It
I
definitely
see
pulled. It's
Halzard in
what pulled
chat.
me in. I wanted to make a game as soon as I'd modded yours. So.
Hmm.
I know other people have talked about it as well. Do you remember Raven back in the day? Raven, the one that used to make all the YouTube videos and such. Raven
yeah,
started
yeah.
making his own game. So like that just shows, do you know what I mean? Like I remember Raven asking for a bit of like modding advice on RNA way back in the day. So like to see Raven make it a game of his own now, like just bravo. Do you know what I mean? That's the power of modding. It can bring people on as devs.
You know what? You know what I hate? I love it and I hate it. But you know what I hate? For the past half an hour, I've been. Okay, yeah, Killer Beats, you're still here. For the last half an hour, this is how I know I'm a developer. For the last half an hour, I can't stop thinking about how I can do a spline dropper. I fucking hate that I'm thinking about this. I don't want to think about it because
I mean,
but
could you technically do instanced splines? Is that like
No, it doesn't work. You can't instance them. I don't even in the vanilla game instance them because they are constructed. They're constructed. They're not baked ever.
is there a way you could
I
do
guess. I
a
mean, arguably, I
hull?
guess I could bake them. But I mean, if we're talking about a spline dropper, for example, you wouldn't be able to bake them. Which is why I said to Killer Beats as well earlier, like there are performance implications. Which is,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, why I couldn't do it. The only way to do it would be to heavily limit the amount that you can put in, and then at that point, it will be worse to have the limit instead of just not having it at all, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really weird, and it's something that usually an audience of the game doesn't really understand until they have it and then negatively review it. Is one of these things that like developers don't speak about. It's fucking weird. Even like I'm a gamer as much as I'm not like a hardcore gamer, but like I consider myself just as much of a gamer as a developer, I guess. And it's sometimes weird to me how people sometimes don't realize that the thing that they want, the reason that they are not getting it is because if said developer would give it to them, it would come with implications that would have the people that asked for it initially hate it. It's a really complicated sentence, but maybe it makes sense. It's like a good developer sometimes knows how to maybe not give something to someone because it's a shitty situation to be in, and I hate that about development, and being on the sort of long rent and like being the one who takes the decisions. But I have taken so many decisions on my prior game as well of like I won't do this because I know if I do this then people will ask for that, you know. It's sometimes comes with difficult decisions, and I'm sure rollout will have the similar things, which is also why I've said from day one like this game isn't multiplayer, for example, because I know if you make a game multiplayer then that will only generate new requests with that instead of satisfying the requests of multiplayer, if that makes sense. Someone will make a mod. I mean, listen, if someone makes a multiplayer mod, that'd be very fucking impressive. I am wondering, what would people mod? I should probably make a request for that. So, because I feel like some people probably are working on mods already, thinking that I won't add it to the game. So I feel like if people are open to it, I'm happy to like learn what people would mod into the game, thinking that it wouldn't come, so that I get a chance to put it in the game vanilla. Because why not? This is the time to do it. Like someone, for example, messaged.
General chat if you want.
Yeah, maybe because like someone even like recently said to me like, "Oh, I'm a mod like oversized pants in the game because like these games never have them," and I'm like, "Watch me? Why would my game not have them? What do you mean? Just ask me and I'll put them in." Like I don't get it, but I feel like maybe some people have been programmed by like other games not having it, but I'm like, just ask me, I'll put them in if it makes sense with the sport and people are wearing it. Yeah, why not? Park creator Eric, yeah, it speaks to the level editor, right? I think level park editor, I think that could make sense with pre-splined objects. I think that could be interesting, especially I do think a park editor would only become a thing if the game would show console potential, if that makes sense, because like it will be a lot of time spent on my end that is time that I can spend on other things on the game. And I think if I would come to a place where I'm like, oh, consoles are a thing, then I'd be like, okay, so now I have to make something in the game so that people can make custom maps in case that modding isn't coming to console. And then at that point, I think it makes sense for me to allocate a budget and time for the park editor, right? Whereas on PC, I mean, if I'm honest, like modders will overtake me in any regard, anyways, right? I'm just one guy, so even at early access, I'm sure like a week in, we'll have like probably like a mod loader. We'll have the first 50 maps, you know, and an active modding community. So I don't think my level editor or park dropper would be able to compare, you know. So I think that would only become a thing if consoles become a thing. Hal's like gonna mod in the ability to walk without skates. Honestly, Hal might be more difficult than you think. That might, because I ain't using any of these third person Unreal presets. You know what the good thing is though about making this game? On my first game, I made a game that was based on running, and a lot of people who don't know development or know it, like there's a lot of things of, there's a lot of what do you say? Unreal Engine has like this stigma of like Unreal Engine has a lot of tools, right? It has a lot of like presets. There's a lot of like third person presets for making action games nowadays, and making a parkour game. I always got the comments of like, oh, bet he's just flipped like the S. And I'm like, no, I've never. My first game was completely custom made too, but I have not received this comment once with this game, which is so refreshing. It makes me so fucking happy because it's like there's no inline skating preset, you know? Like there's so many running presets and parkour presets that it's easy to like judge a new developer and like, oh, I bet he just used the preset. But on this game, like, oh man, haven't gotten a single comment like that. It's so good. He picked the Blader preset. Dude, yeah, dude. I swear.
Keep watching this clip back. So clean.
Yeah, I think I'll have to make like a document for modders on launch. I'll prepare something with the UE5 project, and then some, I suppose, like not guidelines, but guides as to like maybe best practices for good results. Like you, for example, knew to not make the coping a collision because the game is physics based. If you don't jump in time, like that would throw you out and stuff. I think it's maybe worth like trying to put on the collision mic to see how it reacts. I haven't done that myself, but I think it would break it a bit.
I think it will. Enter into it.
Go on, hit it. Like in it as in
Ride the rail until, or not rail, but round.
that's why the coping would.
Especially in that phase.